Let's jump in, friends. Let's jump in. So we're actually exploring this little side thingy, just for funsies, just for the heck of it. But ultimately, I think once we explore this one, this should be a fairly small dungeon. Yeah, we'll head over to Split, see what's going on there. If there's any NPCs or side quests, and yeah, see what awaits us. Hopefully, adventure awaits. Huzzah! Get her a marriage kitten. Well, I mean, I've already gotten her a, you know. We did pick up wedding bands the other day, which is exciting. So we're doing other expected traditional things. She said before that two cats is already plenty. She said she doesn't really want a third cat, and a kitten especially would be a lot of work, obviously. So, it's all jokes aside. She said that yeah, 2 is the limit. Meerkat says, what the fuck do you watch? So yeah, so the streamer I'm referring to, her name is Neanders. She's fairly popular. She's like a pretty well, you know, as far as VTube streamers go, she's fairly popular, like fairly well known. And yeah, sometimes she puts out these YouTube videos that are just incredibly deranged. Greaves Matrix, I'll take those. Just incredibly deranged and very fun, but like extremely cursed. She did that one stream where she milked herself, not actually, but she made it look very convincing that there was a milking apparatus. She very much embraces the degenerate side of the internet. It's a pretty good time, honestly. Cast a lantern in object gym, that'd be kind of cool too, actually. Just hold that in your hand or something. I guess you could just enchant. Yeah, you could just enchant like a piece of armor with light, and that would probably do it, honestly, because we've seen that with other armor. This cool dude in chat, Johnson. Was he watching Mickey D? I bet he was a nerd. I do appreciate stopping in, Johnson. Cast Detect Life Constant. That is what I'm doing, honestly. How do you know if you can handle a kid if you can't handle a kitten? Well, that's the thing. I don't think I want kids. I like cats and I like kittens, but I think like when it comes to a kitten or a puppy, ideally it would like you'd be able to dedicate a significant, you know, chunk of your attention to it. So if you have existing pets already, like, you know, thinking about it realistically, I will bring Dexter with me. So of course there'll be 3 animals plus Gracie and myself. So adding a puppy or a kitten, I think would be a bit much for the 2 of us. Of course, we do have a roommate as well. You know, we'll have a 3rd person as well. Our friend Anastasia is staying with us. So it would be a 3rd person, but she's not really a cat person. So it would be more limited on, yeah, what the 2 of us would be down to sign up for. Shivering Isles, what's the fun in making sense when it's the Shivering Isles? Well, I feel like that's part of the experience, is making things extra weird. She made a League of Legends ad. You gotta ignore the community. She's not wrong, man. That is legitimate advice I've heard when it comes to engaging with League of Legends, or Dota 2 for that matter. Jabroni Mike, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I watch a lot of weird people, and I will, like, I'm just gonna drop this, by the way. I have no reason to hang on to that, and I don't think I need Shadow Hunt either. I'm just dropping a bunch of the stuff that I'm never gonna use. But some of the viewers that know who these streamers are and are familiar with their content might recognize that I let the streamers that I watch kind of influence my style of streaming and my style of commentary. I mean, for a lot of us, that's inevitable. It's not something that I like go out of my way to do necessarily. But yes, inevitably, the people I watch do seep into my style of streaming and commentary and whatnot. So like anything else, these things contribute to, you know, the overall experience and the overall feel of how we stream or how we try to entertain. Screaming Maw, by the way, that sounds like a great time. Yes, bitches don't know about my Screaming Maw, and maybe it's for the best that they don't know about it, honestly. Ignore their own community. Honestly based. Let's be honest with ourselves. There's the Screaming Maw. Restore willpower, detect life. It's actually a pretty good one. I'm gonna eat it. Ow. Looks like it restored life. That's a good law. Or a good maw, rather. MOBAs. Yeah, just MOBAs in general. It just seems like the 2 big ones. The 2 big ones, like, yeah, Dota 2 and League of Legends. Those are the ones that get the most sass. More amber, by the way. I don't even know how much amber I need. All I know is that I'm struggling to find things to drop. Sanguine Rose I'll hang on to. The Mage's Staff of Silence. I'll hang on to that too, because that could come in handy. This is for a side quest of some sorts. Staff of Worms is fucking cool and like kind of ridiculous, but I kind of love it. The Wabbage, yeah, I can't get rid of these ridiculous things. They're too silly. I will drop some of these things that I will never use though. Yeah, never gonna use that thing. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Yeah, Mickey D. Mickey D isn't that like cursed. He's not that fucked up. He made some pretty fucking weird jokes when Johnson and I were watching him yesterday though. I'm trying to remember the exact context. Oh, I remember what the context was. I don't think I want to repeat what the jokes were. It wasn't anything like TOS breaking, but it's like they were a little bit off color. Like I wasn't offended by them, but I would feel uncomfortable to say them out loud. Like if someone else says a joke like that, I will laugh. But I'll be like, ooh, it'll be one of those kinds of laughs, but it's like, I'm not gonna say that myself. So yeah, Mickey D, he'll throw some weird ones out at you. Speaking of weird ones, what in the world is this? Look at this. So open this door and there's just this shelf. Just this stone shelf. He's the relatively most known. What's up, Barry? Oh, thank you, buddy. Yeah, happy news to you as well, my friend. That's very kind of you. Appreciate you stopping in, Mr. Barry. We're playing some Shivering Isles, or Elder Scrolls Oblivion, the Shivering Isles. Oh, that's just the metal door. Yeah, so this is just a dead end, and you can even see here, there's no secret passage behind it. Just, that's it. Yeah, just a really fucking weird door. What about over here? Because maybe this is all in line with the whole Sheogorath Realms of Madness motif, where it's like extra weird and silly. That's just how he always is. I mean, I'd watched him before, but I had never... admittedly, I hadn't watched him a whole lot. I primarily know him from his YouTube videos. So I'd only had, like, some smatterings, like, you know, maybe 5-10 minutes here, 5-10 minutes there. And I guess I only watched him for maybe about half an hour yesterday. But yeah, that was the first time I'd heard him drop a joke of that caliber. I was like, oh, that was unexpected. But again, it wasn't like, I'm not trying to like make it sound like I'm trying to cancel the guy or that I was offended. It was fine, and even he was like, oh boy, he's like, that was a bad one, guys. God damn. So I think that was by his standards a bit up there. Iris Examiner interview. I have not. YouTube versus stream. It is. I mean that's just how it goes. That's just how the cookie crumbles when it comes to content delivery or content creation and commentary delivery. No, what did I just wander into? I wandered into the chatter hall. The thing there. We'll be sneaky. But no, as someone who has done YouTube and done live streaming, I mean, you can do live streaming on Twitch, but you know what I mean, like, produced video on demand content, like recorded and then edited and then produced content versus live streamed content. It's a different vibe, and you will inevitably have different commentary styles. Well, most people will have different commentary styles and will have different focuses because, well, of course, when it's a produced, edited video, you can edit stuff out that's boring. You can present your idealist best self, whereas when it's live streamed, it's all uncut, all raw, unlubed. Grab a pillow. No lube. Just we're going on in. Ritual torch can be held by any but owned by none. This has got to be part of a side quest then. What's up, Gruber? Good to see you, friend. Posting in Discord is going to be cat photos. I sure hope so. Bird is fantastic. I do like Bird a lot. Same thing though. I've only watched a little bit of his streams. I primarily know him from his YouTube videos. A lot of the enemies here are not Daedra. You know what, Fiverr? I think you're right, because we fought a lot of naturey things, a lot of monstery things. I don't even know if the Atronox would be considered Daedric, because they're clearly reanimated flesh things. Granted, they're probably reanimated from Daedra artifacts, or Daedra magic. But you're right, not a lot of Daedra out here. It really brightened your day, Gruber? Love it. More puns. More puns. I need it, please. Irish versus American. Well, that is a fair point too. And you know, this came up not too terribly long ago with me and some of my friends, where we were talking about that, how different regions and different cultures, even English-speaking cultures, yeah, will have different, I guess, like, I don't want to say standards, but I guess expectations and taboo subjects on things to joke about. Terms that are off color or a little bit weird to one could be quite offensive to another. So, yeah, it makes perfect sense that it's a comment heard by an Englishman, a British person, or a Scot, or an Irishman, when heard by an American, Oh, speaking of Americans, oh, what's up, Warbird? Versus an American. Yeah, it's sometimes there will be a culture clash. Sometimes it'll be a little bit different. Anyway, Warbird, thank you, buddy. Holy shit. What perfect timing. I say the word American right as American Warbird pops in, man. What's up, buddy? It's good to see you, Mr. Warbird. Hope you are doing well, my dude. We're playing some Oblivion. And I did not mean to start talking about raw dogging. I kind of rolled the dice there. I didn't save before alt tabbing, which is dangerous. That is dangerous. Shivering Owls Gruber, you're correct, my friend. We're still pretty early on, though, so I'm exploring a lot, but haven't done much questings yet. Atronach is Daedra, yeah. Yeah, Atronachs, I think, in general, are considered Daedra, but the Atronachs here I don't know about, because they are flesh Atronachs. So, I mean, they're... Well, I guess that's the thing. If their amalgamation is of human construct, it's still, I guess, Daedra. It's just that they're kind of undead, although they are not undead technically, because we did try to turn undead and nothing worked on them. It didn't even blink on them. So I think turn undead did nothing, or I know turn undead did nothing. So they're not, like, thematically they're kind of undead, but they are clearly their own, you know, their own beast. So yeah, I would say if I had to categorize them, I would probably say that they are Daedra, but they're the closest. They're the closest thing to kind of blurring that line between Daedra and undead, at least that I've seen in this game so far. Oh, also, general reminder, we do have the bingo board going right now. So if you type exclamation point bingo, well, exclamation point bingo Oblivion into the chat, you'll be shown a link that you will need to copy and paste into your web browser of choice, a URL you could copy and paste into your web browser of choice, and that will generate to you your very own, truly unique, truly your own. Truly unique and truly your own bingo board for this game, specifically for this expansion specifically. And if you if you follow along and you play along with us and you witness yourself achieving a bingo based on the panels that are generated for your board, post in the chat, and if you get a bingo, you win your very own nut button press. Here's a free taste. There it is. You get one of those, and then I'll add 5 points to the extra life counter, and then you'll also get... I'm keeping track of how many bingos people are winning, and I'm going to be setting up some custom Discord roles for people who are bingo masters. Will this Discord role get you anything? Like, will it unlock something? Will it do something cool? No, it'll just make you look cool in the Discord server, and you can lord over others. Excuse me? How was he doing that? Are you magic? It'll let you lord over others. Over the peasants, the bingo peasants out there. But no, I appreciate you stopping in, Warbird. No worries, buddy. I know you've been busy, man. Dude, life has been silly. I understand how it goes. But I appreciate you stopping in, man. And for resubbing. 17 months, by the way, man. Holy moly. That is so generous, buddy. Yeah, I got other stuff to deal with. No, I totally get it, man. It's been the holidays. It's family stuff. I mean, I totally get it. Shit's been weird. It's been weird for me, too. I'm actually getting ready to get married in a couple weeks. It's good to say, but it's weird to say. So no, I'm right there with you, man. Things have been busy, but it's gonna be. But Warbird Day is coming up. It must mean it's your birthday, Warbird. That is exciting. I appreciate that resub, buddy. 17 months. That's a long goddamn time, dude. Holy moly, that is extremely generous. Generosity to the extreme. Holy shit. Helping family move, yeah. That stuff's time consuming, man. And it's exhausting mentally and physically. Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, that's a good point too. It's like a flesh golem, but I guess according to how the game classifies it, it would technically be Daedra, I think. So, crack means fun. And oh, okay, I did not know that actually. Birds VODs. Make sure that watch the Spiral Pilots. Spiral Pilots is a game he made. That's cool. Been working on it for a while. I've never heard of this before. It's a board game, yeah. I'm curious. I'll have to take a look at it, actually. Skin suit animated by Daedra Spirit. I think that's pretty much what it is. Because it's not like typical undead necromancy. It's like a dead thing that's been sewn together with different body parts. And there's like a glowing purple hue. And they have those like essences. Those like red gem essences that they drop when you kill them. So I think there's like it's like a magic power source. And not necromancy that's powering them. So yeah, they're like a specific kind of thing. Flesh golems are a necromancer specifically. That's the thing. I guess like a necromancer maybe might have stitched them together. I think it's more like a necromancer or somebody who's like into body horror science shit. Like it kind of crosses into those boundaries of scientific exploration, which actually makes sense because we saw a dungeon that had a bunch of those flesh atrodox, and that was the dungeon where there were those like fucked up science chambers and experiment chambers, experimentationes. Internet issues though, which is a bummer. It's coming up though, wherever. That's exciting, man. Turning 27. Well, that is very, very exciting, buddy. In case I don't see you beforehand, happy early birthday. But I hope you get to do some fun stuff for it. That sounds really, really good. Undead are just dead or joyriding a corpse. I mean, that's pretty much, yeah, necromancy. And in general, dead body joyriding. Because I'm too tired for the bingos, man. Now, I mean, I enjoy the bingos. The one thing I probably should clarify is I for a while there, some people would like, they would pop in and they would be joining along. They would like have their bingo board up and they'd be kind of chatting along with us. And then it'd be time for them to go to bed. It's like, all right, I'm going to post this in the Discord. Let me know if I get a bingo, and then they would leave. I think what I might do is I think I might clarify that in order for a bingo to count, the person needs to be present when we count the bingo. Now, granted, a lot of times we look at the bingo boards at the end of the stream. However, if you get a bingo early on, like before the end of the stream, go ahead and post it into the chat, and we'll look at it ASAP. That way, if you do have to go to bed, but you do achieve a bingo, we can make sure it gets counted. But yeah, I was thinking about this earlier. I'm worried that if I don't nip that in the bud, I'm worried that there might be people that pop in, like get a bingo board generated, slap it in the Discord server, and then leave like within 30 seconds. And it's like, dude, like, because the whole point is to encourage, you know, interaction and having it be like a thing that allows the chat to be more involved and, you know, viewers to be involved in that kind of thing. So so it's like I want to make sure to encourage that. So it's like I should maybe tighten that down, tighten that kind of aspect of it down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Also, 8-Bit Llama, good to see you, buddy. Mr. 8-Bit Llama, always a pleasure. Let's see. And let's switch to this. Alright, cool. Sorry about that. I win every single one if I don't play. That's usually how it goes. This leads us outside, by the way. He's the legend. Tell Grace that she's beautiful on that day and shower... Oh, shower her, telling she... Well, yes. Well, you mean on the day we get married, Johnson? Because yes, that is very much something that I think we'll both do a good job of. I'm not too worried, but you're right. Always good to have that reminder. Always something there to remind me. Look across the Niagara Falls into Canada. That's right. That's right. I forgot 8-Bit Llama is Canadian. I forgot that. Our own Canadian Oblivion expert. Created by Dunmer Women. Interesting. Dunmer Woman. Ramina. Oh, we saw that lady. So she creates them. Interesting. Yeah, we met her actually. There is a flesh element, yes. So it's technically elemental, which technically means it is a Daedra. It is a Daedra creation. Or at least, maybe not creation, but like it would be between undead or monster or Daedra. It would be closest to Daedra. I cast Fist. Yes. I've talked before how, with me and my friends who play Dungeons and Dragons together, how we've talked about how, yes, with wizards, you know, they have a limited number of spells they can cast in a 24-hour period. You know, they have limited tools at their disposal. You know, before they need to rest, or before they need, like in the case of clerics, they need to pray to regain their spells after, you know, 12 or 16 hours, basically in a 24-hour period. Wizards, they need to study their spells. Sorcerers, I think they just have to recharge over time. So yeah, every spellcaster needs to rest, but fighters and barbarians and rogues, you know, they don't, when it comes to melee or ranged attacks with bows and arrows, they can just cast sword as many times as they want to, or cast bow and arrow as many times as they want to. I do stream degenerate hours. I do. That's why I clarify the, yeah, if you get a bingo early, go ahead and let us know and post it. That way we can get it resolved. But no, I'm just thinking I want to shore up ways where where like, I don't think it necessarily would be like exploited, but I want to shore up ways where it could potentially get away from the like original idea behind the bingos. They're just North Americans. I mean, we're all Americans because, you know, it's all part of North America. But yeah, some more north than others. Uber's got it down in Australia. That's right. That's right. For us, that's about as far away as you can be, because we're on like complete opposite hemispheres. What would that have been? I'm gonna say that was a tower, like a ruined tower or castle. Romance and Elytra. I don't think there is romance in this game, but if there was a monster to romance, that would be a spicy one for sure.
There would be more corpses to count if someone would get rid of all the doubles around here.
All the doubles? She just accosted me without me approaching her. She just approached me. Goober, I like your way of thinking. It's not a necromancer, it's a flesh romancer. Oh wait. Oh no. I said flesh romancer. I guess flesh omancer is better. But flesh romancer, yeah, I think those are two different disciplines. A foot up your ass it's a scary thing. Yes, that's a different kind of threat. Working on getting a campaign. Oh, that's right, Warbird. You had a really creative campaign going on. That was like a Pokemon-based campaign. That sounds really cool. A druid wood elf that speaks real slow when he thinks they're an idiot. That would offer some good role-playing opportunities. That's right. Tell me about the doubles.
Not enough corpses around here, but there should be. Those stupid manics. They ruin everything. You talk to Orkvir. He can tell you what to do.
So she just so here I am. I'm just some random stranger. Some random sad purple stranger. She walks up. She's like, there's too many fucking people. Here, you stranger, deal with my problem. Deal with our problems.
Sure would be nice to see one more corpse around here. One that looks like me, but isn't me. Take my meaning?
So I'm guessing there's doppelgangers about.
The Ballywog will return to the water to heal.
Thank you. Thank you for that random fun fact.
Bye-bye.
Hey, could you give me a random fun fact? I'm in need of some extra knowledge. Oh, you know what? I see it already. Yep. So there's her. And there's her again.
3, 4. I sure don't like my double. 5, 6. She doesn't count right.
She doesn't look quite the same, though.
7, 8. Don't like that other Justira. 9, 10. Not one bit.
That's weird.
If you want to get close to the heretics, try putting on their robes.
Oh. Maybe I shouldn't have abandoned my old robes then. Although I mean, I don't know if I want to get close to them, but sure, I mean, I guess if I wish to commune with them. Puffin Forest evil Pokemon character. Puffin Forest. Is it like a mod for an existing game or something? Fun fact, this isn't fun.
Goodbye.
But it is a fact. So she's not quite like, she's a little bit different, right? Hold on, where'd she go? She's dressed kind of different, and her face is kind of different. Justira and Justira. So it's not looking quite like her. Also, all this booze, cheap wine and mead, crumpled pieces of paper. What the fuck is going on in here, man?
Go away.
So, what's this person's name? How do I pronounce this? Zidzo? Zidzo.
I don't like you. I don't like my double even more.
How do these doubles come about, man? This shit's
You're
weird.
Still annoying me, but not as much as the other.
It's a homebrew. Yeah. That's the one. That's the one that Warbird plays, at least, or was playing, because I know he said it's on hold for a bit. This is Lord of Man. Yeah, no, I think I know the answer, Gruber. Like, I'll be curious to hear it from what the game tells us, but like,
Sickly Bernice in Crucible believes she is dying.
but I'm just curious, like, to know, like, lore-wise how this came to be. But I think I can make some assumptions, because this is pretty appropriate, all things considered.
Still speaking.
Know what's funny about having a double? Nothing.
The question is, who's the original? Because, again, they're not quite exactly the same. There's, like, a few differences. Puffin Forest. Oh, that's the name of the YouTuber. Okay. They would die. Correct. Yeah. I mean, Elgaso, I think, posted one in the Discord. It was like, if you took every elephant in existence, stacked them on top of each other, and built a stack of elephants reaching towards the moon, the elephants would not like that very much.
Why did I cross the road? To avoid the other Jujutsu. That's no
Jujutsu,
joke.
that's how you pronounce it. Did I grab the I did not grab the alcohol. I was admiring their collection.
Take care venturing into the ruined city of Vitaran.
The crystal enemies are kind of cool.
Yes.
I don't think we've seen like crystal enemies. We've seen like mostly like bug and like woodsy and kind of nature monster enemies, that kind of thing. And also the little goblin friends. We've seen lots of goblin lads. Here's Horkvir.
I'd get more work done if it weren't for my layabout double living in town. Terrible drain on productivity. Never know who's who. It's been a problem for too long.
YouTubers and tube viewers, correct.
A wizard did it.
Nah, it was a wizard.
Layabout mage. Had a theory about each of us having a manic and demented
Ah, that's what it is. Okay.
He decided to test the theory, cast a spell, split us all in two. Do we get twice the work done? No. Ridiculous. We're not allowed to take care of it either. There are rules. And I don't want to end up on the hill of suicides. You, on the other hand...
What a pleasant name, the Hill of Suicides. We've actually been there already, as we kind of stumbled into that area as we were exploring and have already delved through a whole bunch of it. I was actually thinking this was going to be like a Sheogorath thing that he would have just done himself just for fuckery, but it was a wizard or a mage that did it, so that's how it's going to be. Are they a synth? Right, that's the question. Is like, yeah, to determine which one is which of each double is the original, like the true one. Although it sounds like neither one is the true one. If like there was a single person, they got split into two different halves. Really, I guess they just need to be reunited somehow.
Get rid of that demented bunch. Useless anyway. Don't get a lick of work done around this town.
So he's the manic flavor.
If you get rid of them, I'll make it worth your while.
Now, will the demented lad say, "I need you to murder the manic lads because they're a bummer. They're or they're always on our ass to get work done, and we just want to chill. We just want to vibe." Crit Crab and Puffin Forests. Okay, so yeah, lots of interesting
Too much thinking, not enough
tabletop
work
stuffs.
getting done. Fine, you think it over, but stay away from the other me, that demented Horkvir.
The
He'll
other
try to
me.
offer you the same kind of deal, that handsome devil.
Handsome
but
devil.
He can't be trusted. Make the right decision.
All right, I think we all know what the correct decision is. We need to have each like demented clone hook up with their respective manic clone and like get them to like couple each other and have sex with them, because as we all know, if you clone yourself and have sex with them, it's considered masturbation. So we need them to all masturbate their own selves, alternate selves, things. You know what I mean? You know what I'm getting at. So clearly that is the answer. I need to find the... Oh, are you the other Horkvir? Demented Horkvir?
My double is always working.
Yep.
It takes all my energy just watching him work. It's got to stop.
Murder half of each? Or murder everybody? Get them to kiss and kiss hard? I'd say more than hard. More than kiss. More than hard, I guess. Have them touch each other. So yeah, we all have the same basic idea. Now here's what to do. So you chop every person in half, just right across the abdomen. Just chop them in half, and then do like a kind of a switcheroo, kind of a mix up of, yeah, you take the top half of demented, bottom half of manic, and then top half of manic, and bottom half of demented, and yeah, just kind of switch them up. That way we get like an overall equilibrium.
It's a problem, all these doubles walking around. And it's tiresome. Didn't used to be like this.
Tell me what happened.
Some blasted mage had a theory. They've always got theories. He thought there was a manic and a demented in each of us. So what does he do? What else? Casts a spell. You can see how well that went. Two of each of us walking around this place. Nothing we can do about it either. There's a law about that here. Been to the Hill of Suicides? Not a nice place, but you might be able to help.
I'm actually impressed that now we've heard two people say, oh, there's a law, so we can't do anything about it. I haven't seen anything about laws in this place. There's no guards. We stole from a dude in front of him, and he stole back what we had stolen from him, so I mean, it was... there was no punishment doled out, it was resolved, but I've not seen any like bounty enforcement at all. So yeah, I guess I've yet to see how laws are enforced, if at all.
Can stick around. Either we demented or those blasted manics. It's the only way we'll find any peace. You get rid of those manics, all of them. If you can take care of that for me, I'd make it worth your while.
Let me think about it.
Yeah, whatever. This whole conversation has worn me out.
Hey, yeah, this darn mages, that's right. I think we need to find the mage, if possible.
But that guy is crazy. Trust me.
He looks just like me, too. Is the whatever the ruling god ordains. I mean, somebody had mentioned that there's a separate, there's a separate bounty number. Looks like fame and infamy are the same, but yeah, there are separate bounty numbers, or bounty amounts, I suppose. Was it a pickpocket? It was just theft. I was looking in the guy's house and I stole one of his repair hammers, and he walked into the house right as I stole it. So, and then it said like repair hammer removed from inventory. So he just stole it. He just like retrieved it back, right? I guess maybe he pickpocketed it. Pickpocketed it. What's up, Alias? Just have a double. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. If I had like an Alex clone, it'd be kind of cool. Although, if what the dudes have described it, if how they've described it is true, then it probably would like change you. Like if you had, if I had two, like inside you are two wolves, and inside me are two Alexes, Demented Alex and Manic Alex, and right now those two are working in harmony to achieve the Alex that you see before you right now. Versus if I were to get split out, then yeah, it's like I would have Manic do work, be productive Alex, and then be chill, be sad, be lounging Alex, and those two would be butting heads constantly. So yeah, it's a question of like which one's the prevailing one. I like to think I'm super productive and super responsible, but the honest answer is that yeah, I'm probably more lazy and chill than I want to be, admittedly.
Have you seen my double, you cute little monkey? Have you?
I'm the cute monkey, that's me. But yeah, just have him take shifts, Alias. That would be pretty sweet, honestly. Manic me would hate that, but Demented me would love that. Yeah, we need to see if we can find this mage, and maybe we need to go to the Hill of Suicides to find it. Such a weird fucking name. Such like a grotesque name for a place. Infamy makes people... Yes, yeah. Infamy, I think, yeah, after a certain point, infamy starts to have, like, some negatives. And I think my infamy is actually quite low because we recently did the Knights of the Nine quest. And now you kiss. Also, by the way, a Warbird with the bomber redemption. Get the bomber friends sorted up here. Your mom is two wolves. Oh, sick burn, bro. Inside me are two wolves. Conventions, man. Conventions can get weird. Yep, I understand all too well. I understand. All right, bomber friend has been signed up for duty. Easy manic. Yeah. Although I don't bother, I don't mind being addressed as how this person has addressed me so far.
I sure don't like him. No, I don't, you fuzzy little sweetie pie.
That's me. I'm the sweetie pie. Yeah, I can get used to this.
There's a Khajiit in Crucible who believes the world is about to end.
About to end.
Take care.
What? Whomst? Come back, golden person. Who the fuck are you, and why are you so fast? And why are you so golden? Come back. You calm your... Who are you? She looks like a golden saint from Morrowind. She wants to fight shit. Got her sword drawn. She's fucking cooking. I can't keep up with her. And I'm a fast boy. I've got like 1,000 points in speed. But I cannot match this fast lady. I think it's a lady. Now, the good news is that she's probably taking a fuck ton of fall damage too. I almost like caught up to her at one point. Damn it, I think I might have lost her. Dang. She probably still went this way. Also, you can see it. We've shifted into the grimy lands. The grimy, sad lands. So we've gone from the Manic Zone to the Demented Zone. No idea where she was. No idea who she was, for that matter. That was very bizarre. Let's kill these things so we can just fast travel back up the hill. I think the hill might be too steep for us to jump up. There's like 4 voice actors. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I think I had heard, I was watching Mickey D stream yesterday. Johnson was in the chat with me. We were both watching Mickey D, and he mentioned how, like, in Morrowind, there's, like, a couple hours, like 2 hours of, like, total of dialogue. Like, there's not much. Like, maybe 1 or 2 hours. And in Oblivion, there's, like, over 12 hours of dialogue, of recorded dialogue. And yeah, a lot of them were recorded by, like, at most 20 people. Probably more likely, like, 10 to 12 people. I mean, he had some very specialized voice actors, like, again, Patrick Stewart doing the lines for the Emperor, Sean Bean doing the lines for Martin Septim. So there were some specialized cases, but yeah, for the most part, it was just a handful of people doing a lot of voice acting. Shit's wild. We just murder everyone. Could that be a Morrowind? Yeah, I would love to have caught up with that person if they truly were some kind of representation of the Golden Saint from Morrowind. It's not from Morrowind, but as we saw in Morrowind, that I'm super down. That's the thing, I can't fast travel. I don't know where that thing went. There's a thing that follows down. Because of the guard situation. Oh, right, that's about the infamy thing. Yeah, yeah. I have no idea where that thing went. Let's just go back up the hill. Maybe we can manually travel and not fast travel. The battle music means it still knows where we are and it's trying to track us. So it'll... Because it actually ran past us at one point, so if it's tracking us, it'll eventually figure itself out. Oh, there's this thing. Another one of these. Voracious hunger. She was fast as shit. She was. And I'm a fast dude. Granted, I'm very weighed down right now, but still, I'm a very fast dude. So she outran us very easily, quite handedly. Buff yourself with a 1 hour spell. 1,000. I mean, you can do shit like that in Morrowind, and also I don't recommend it because it makes the game very hard to play. Like, if you buff your strength too much in Morrowind, but your weapon skills are low, you'll like go to punch, or you go to like, you know, swing at, a sword at something, and you'll do a fuck ton of damage. But if your strength is too high, you'll just instantly like shatter the weapon because your skill with the weapon isn't high enough to be able to compensate for your high strength. So if you have like a strength of like 1,000 and a long blade skill of 1,000, you hit somebody with a sword, you're fine. But yeah, strength is 1,000 and skill is 100, then yeah, it's just gonna won't know how to handle the weapon. It'll just explode instantly. Halo Curse Edition, by the way, sometime this month. Yeah, absolutely, Alias. That would be super fun. I'll be out of town starting on the 23rd. And then I'll be getting back on, like, February 3rd. Because I'm getting married, which is exciting. So, so I'll be out of, I'll be incommunicado for about that week and a half, kind of 2-week period. But yeah, sometime before late January, I could absolutely do that. So I'm usually pretty available on weekends, or most evenings. I know you typically start your streams a little bit earlier, so weekends might be easier for me. But yeah, I would say beyond like weekdays where I'm doing like work stuff, I like to think I'm fairly flexible. So yeah, that'd be kind of cool. What kind of stuff you been up to on your stream, by the way, Alias? So I'll confess, I haven't had a chance to watch the Alias stream in a couple days. The Halo Curse, right? Yeah, it'd be super fun. It would be super fun. It's something that Alias had mentioned the other day when he was streaming, and he was talking about how there were some things he wanted to get into, and he mentioned he wanted to do just like kind of a casual speedrun of Halo. And as a joke, I was like, dude, if you played Curse Halo, I would be so enthused. I'd be so excited. And he was like, do you want to race Cursed Halo? I was like, do I? Are you kidding me? I've played through it all of once, so I'm kind of an expert now. I've played through it all of once and I loved it, and it was a goofy-ass mess. But a good goofy mess.
How about you use those fangs on my double?
On my double? Do I have fangs? Is that what I have? Make something work. Fantastic. Yeah. Yes. Like next week. Let me see if I have anything weird next week. I mean, this weekend I should be pretty open. Yeah, this weekend I'm pretty open. And well, let me think about this. Friday. Well, of course Friday's a work day, but yeah. Yeah, I would say the next couple weekends are actually pretty open for me. So yeah, really any weekend, any Saturday, Sunday, or any work day, basically anytime after 6 p.m. Or I mean, I could do 5 p.m. Central Time. Before he eats me. What's up, Tater Bay? Good to see you, buddy. Sad, just nothing but gums. It's, yeah, he's like I intentionally gave him an underbite. I intentionally gave him like a big mouth, but not like a thick mouth, just big and like sad and frowny. I've recently been really scrutinizing Sadge's face recently, because I've recently taken upon myself to get Skate 3 set up, because I saw a video of somebody modding Skate 3 to give themselves like custom characters with like characters that are modified beyond just aesthetically. No like character properties. Not like making them extra cheaty or anything, but characters that just look extra funny because they hacked the game to go beyond the typical limitations of the character creation engine. And they made like a Shrek character. They made some wild stuff. So I was like, oh, what if I can recreate Sadge within Skate 3? Because I've never played Skate 3, but I've heard it's a very glitchy and fun game. I was like, that might be a fun kind of vacation from this game. Sadge escapes the Shivering Isles and goes skating for a stream or something like that. So I'm getting that set up, and I'm really spending a lot of time looking at this man's very weird and very sad face, and it's done unspeakable things to my sanity. Let's try to repair. Got some stuff cooking. Got the charity stream. Dude, I'm so excited for the charity stream. I got that marked on my calendar, by the way. I'm very excited, buddy. Yeah, I'm really hoping I can stop in for part of it, but I should be able to. Got some good roguelikes. Fantastic. Oh my god, Hunt Showdown, Alias. That's a game I keep like hovering over the buy button. I keep looking and I keep going, because I'm always like, since I don't really play a lot of competitive like FPSs anymore, I'm not sure it's something I'd really be able to spend a lot of time with. I thought I would even want to spend time with it. It's like, of course, I could find people to play with, like, I'm sure I could make it work, but it's like, ooh, do I want to like potentially put myself through what might be, a stressful experience? But it seems so cool, and I've heard it's a really unique and special experience. Like, I've heard it's really cool. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I heard somebody talking about something. I wasn't paying attention, but I did hear some involved conversation. But no, it's a game that is like acutely on my radar, and I've heard it's like really awesome. It can be infuriating, but like it's such a cool dynamic. That and Dark and Darker, the sort of Dungeons and Dragons Escape from Tarkov game that is in development right now. There was a playtest, kind of a beta playtest that happened over the holidays that also I watched people play it. I was like, I don't usually play this kind of game, but it looks kind of cool. So yeah, so that's Hunt Showdown. Showdown, yeah. It looks fantastic. Can't eat anything harder than oatmeal, Meerkat. Oh, cause you're sick, right, Meerkat? Right. Break some character creation tools. Yeah. No, I think I finally got it working. I was having a hard time getting the tools to work, but yeah, for Skate 3. But I think I've got it figured out. So I think I should have it ready fairly soon. Gotta find time to play it though. You can see and hear everything. Yeah. Then more Rain World as well. Is there an update to Rain World? Because I know that's a game you play pretty frequently. Yeah, and on that too. Yeah, on Dark and Darker, because yeah, that looks really cool. Because yeah, Hunt Showdown and Dark and Darker have a similar aspect of squad-based gameplay that or I guess squad-based. I really guess I mean 1 to 4 people of like PvP, but also there's a PvE element and there's a permadeath element. So when you die, you lose all of your equipment and all of your like ranks and skills. So yeah, I think, I don't know, I really tend to shy away from a lot of like pure like PvP stuff nowadays, but those seem like super dynamic and super interesting. So if there was a thing that would get me back into the PvP realm, it'd be a game like Hunt Showdown or Dark and Darker. Hunt Showdown is tricky because, like, you know, there's always a chance you'll get beamed by a sniper halfway, you know, maybe not halfway across the map, but like hidden in the bushes super far away, someone that was just camping, which is always annoying. That's kind of why I stopped playing those kinds of games. But Dark and Darker, I mean, it's all corridors and dungeon exploring, and there are bows and arrows, and there's spells, but there's also swords and axes, so it's like there is long range, but it's not that long range, and so much of it is dungeoning, so there's not a lot of big open areas where people can like hide behind bushes and shit. Instead, it's going to be a little bit more upfront and personal, some more along the lines of chivalry than Escape from Tarkov when it comes to, you know, how the combat flows. So yeah, that's one I'm very much keeping my eye out for. So it's a DLC for Rain World, very nice, yeah. It's because Sadge is, oh, it's because we're all gums. The Fortress of Vitharn, by the way, I should investigate. I think we've already been there though, haven't I? Vitharn? Oh, maybe not, okay. I thought it was one of the places we had gone to. We've got it on our map though. Yeah, there's lots of people talking, lots of conversation happening. We do have an entry for this place. Actually, let's see where this is. Oh, it's not on the map at all then. Okay. In the far south of the Shivering Isles. It's way down here. Oh, there it is. There it is. It is on the map. It's just not a map point that's like highlighted, but it's there. Halfway across the map doesn't happen. That's good. That's good. Usually it's in the compounds. Cause yeah, that's what I like. If it's it's like if it's relatively close quarters and I feel like I feel like I can see who's killing me, that's reassuring. Cause yeah, a lot of those kinds of games, you know, all the best weapons are like really cool sniper rifles, which are great. But yeah, when you're just getting dinged before you even can like see the person that's got you. My big issue with those kinds of games, a lot of the times, is that I feel like I'm squinting the whole time. I'm squinting because the color palette is gray and green and brown, and the characters are gray and green and brown. Like everything is like the same color palette, and people will, smartly so, wear outfits to make themselves blend in with their environments, make them hard to see. So like, you know, you just happen to notice or not, fail to notice the person in the bushes, the person kind of in the distance, because it all kind of looks the same, and then, you know, you because of that failed perception check, you're dead, and it's like, oh, well, this is a permadeath kind of thing, so I can't just continue. I have to start a whole new round now, so that's where I start to lose patience.
Go kill something so I can
so yeah, that's reassuring though, the fact that it's that kind of thing, if it doesn't happen quite as often. As I've watched people stream the game, and it does look really fun and like really engaging, so yeah, I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll pull the trigger on it. Pull the trigger on that game. But Dark and Darker, yeah, that game looks very much up my alley as far as what I think I'd be down for. Kind of sad I didn't hear about it until the playtests was almost done. These are all just houses. I was looking to see if there was like a shop or a what you call it, or a an inn or something along those lines. But it looks like it really is just houses. There was that Golden Saint character that was sprinting so fast. We haven't seen him or her since, but I think it was a her. So, I'm sorry, what swamp tentacle? Oh my. Is that a swamp tentacle in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Once again, I wish I could follow that person and track their movements. How's about this? Since we of course have a main quest selected. Yeah, the Great Divide, Mented, Manic, they just say, alright, so there's nothing pointing me towards the Hill of Suicides. As I was originally thinking, like, well, maybe that's gonna be, maybe there's someone down there that can, like a mage that can eliminate what's going on, unless it's the heretics. If it's the heretics, then we're probably screwed. But well, let's investigate that next time. I want to continue towards New Sheo, so I'm going to continue down the Manic path. The Demented path ultimately leads us to the Hill of Suicides, I'm pretty sure, at least. Whereas the Manic path is, you know, kind of the high road, so to speak, and has me greatly interested because it's so colorful and weird and strange. So let's continue this as the main selected selected thingy. And where's the main road from here? Because, yeah, this leads to Split. I guess it's going to be this way. It's across the water. Did someone say heresy? Yeah, there's the heretics, the blue-robed heretics. Apparently, if you wear their robes, you'll be able to blend in with them fairly well. And, like, maybe even talk to them. So maybe I need to, like, kill a heretic, steal the robes, and then talk to another one. And maybe see if we can get more info about the maids that would have cast this ridiculous spell against these lads and ladies. I'm silenced. Well, I don't like that at all. Elder Gnarl. Yeah, still silenced, by the way. There's a encampment. In fact, I bet this will have a heretic in it. I think they respawn anyway, though, so we might as well give it a little visit. Because, yeah, we know that bandit camps in the main game respawn all the dang time. Can I be sneaky? No, I cannot. He's already seen me. It's too late. Let me just miss all of my shots. They even make, like, tree woodsy noises when you smack them. There we go. That is satisfying, watching them fly backwards when you hit them with the lightning spell like that, or just any spell. I'd imagine fire is probably extra good against them. Should maybe default to fire spells for those lads. Camp Hopeful. Am I hopeful that a nice person will be here and they won't try to murder me on sight? There's nobody here. Oh, well, okay then. That makes my job easy. Usually a heretic is here. It's possible that he or she is just wandering around. Yeah, I don't know. Also, whenever I see these just little wispy friends, I always wonder if they're, like, placed specifically, like, to lead me somewhere, or if they are, it's just a thing to look pretty. Because they do look very cool, but I don't think I'm convinced that they lead you to anything. He's just hanging around, just fluttering about. So where are we right now? So we're still heading the right way. So let's go... Well, not down. Yeah, let's actually follow this road here. Yeah, this road right here. I'm trying to stay on the main path. Partly just because it gives us the most scenic views, like this one. Which is pretty impressive, I would say. Like that color palette, by the way, of the sunset. And we're starting to get the night sky popping in with the cool nebulas. Love it. It leads you to your doom. Well, when I think of wisp creatures in this game, I think will-o'-the-wisps, which are some of my least favorite enemies to fight in this game. But these wisps are incorporeal. They don't seem like they have any physical presence, and they don't try to hurt us, so... They seem like they're alright, but... Yeah, other wisp lads, not so much. Oh, I was not sneaking. Gosh darn it. We did a lot of damage to that guy. Usually they are a little bit chunkier. The death dealer. Oh, they killed... Oh, this guy! They killed this guy! Yeah, we talked with him. He was the guy who was... Oh, they shot me with arrows. He was the guy who was... Well, yeah, doomsaying. He had a lot of unsavory predictions for the future and was spouting out some of that kind of stuff. But then he apparently encountered these lads and got. It's genuinely surprising. Arrows protruding from his torso and everything. Well, because earlier I was thinking, like, I wonder if he'll have a side quest or something like that. Well, I guess not so much anymore. Look at how they massacred my boy and his silver warhammer. Only a silver warhammer. It's kind of a surprise he got. It's pretty low tier equipment, unfortunately. Well, let's hope there was no side quest that involved this lad, because he is no more. There's a cave up yonder. Or down yonder, I suppose. That might be technically... Well, actually, I think it is outside. Outside the bowl. The hill of suicides, or the... What's it called? Yeah, the hill of suicides. I think you know what? I think, well, maybe not. I don't know. Like, I see these kinds of large hills and I go, well, not sure if this is the game trying to send a message. Oh, look at me. I'm all glowy because I'm healing. Bing, 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 bing. I think that is 2 hammers broken so far. For anybody keeping track on the bingo board. Another bandit encampment. Or, well, I shouldn't say bandit encampment, because the last one was empty. We haven't really seen any bandits, per se. Maybe you know what? I should probably change the bingo panel that says encounter a bandit or a highwayman or a marauder. I should update it to include or a heretic. Because we haven't really seen bandits or, like, otherwise aggro NPCs other than the heretics in this expansion. Sneak attack does a lot of damage against those guys, but I think it's the fire damage pulling in some extra work, some extra twerk. There's the pretty skybox, by the way. Dunroot Burrow. Oh, it's so pretty. That's awesome. This is so cool. I love this. Oh god. Oh, I tried third-person view, but the grass gets in the way. Yeah. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Let's see what this one's all about. The membrane cannot be moved by hand. Is there a... Oh. Is there a switch somewhere? Let's get a torch. So I can see what I'm doing. I like shoot an arrow through this thing. It's possible this needs to be done elsewhere or some other time. Or maybe another NPC needs to do something to enable something. If I climb up here? Although probably not, because it seems like it's not very climb friendly. Yeah, if I'm having to stretch this much and potentially getting myself stuck. Speaking of which, I should save. Speaking of things glitching, always a good reminder. Okay, so I don't think we can actually get into here. So, no dungeoning for us. But there was another bandit camp or heretic camp. It was on the radar at one point. Here we go. Put the torch away. Boop. My mysticism skill is getting pretty up there now, by the way. For a while, it was significantly lagging behind, but now that we've been putting more effort into casting it deliberately, I think our efforts are being rewarded. Is this a thing? It is, but it needs a key. Sanctum of Decadence. Yeah, we're definitely not meant to go into here yet, but now I'm like extra curious. If it's got a cool title like that, you know there's got to be some cool shit going on. Sanctum of Decadence. Goddamn, I hope it's like I don't know. What would Sanctum of Decadence? Is it just like drugs? Are we talking like booze or like gallons of whiskey and booze? We're talking prostitutes. What are we talking here? What could that possibly entail? Also, big crystal things. Somebody earlier, I think Fivefinger mentioned that, yeah, there will be crystal things to experience. What if I smack them? Do they make a cool noise? Not particularly. Murder orgies. We can only be so lucky. So yeah, I will be very curious to see what awaits us. Wasn't Fivefinger? Okay, yeah, it was someone else, but yeah, someone mentioning that there are crystal-y things This is convenient. I can just stick in this one little hill. Now, I think my acrobat skill might be at 100, so I don't know if we really have much benefit in sustaining fall damage anymore. Because for a while there, sustaining fall damage was a very good thing, because that let our acrobatics level up, which was very good. This is the frenzied camp. Oh, there's a lad. Now he already sees us, goddamn. Getting tired? I was about to ask you the same. Oh, the fire damage got his ass. Transformed heretic. So we could steal his stuff if we wanted to. That is cool of us. So yeah, the hitting the crystal with the sword. I know in Morrowind there's the sixth house encampments. Sometimes you'll see a sixth house encampment that has like bells, like sixth house bells with a warhammer next to them. And of course you can pick up the warhammer. It's a very heavy and very damaging weapon, but unless you're good with blunt weapons, it's not very not a very usable weapon. But it's extraordinarily heavy. But what you can also do is just click on the bells, and they make satisfying. They make satisfying like gong tones, and they are tuned accordingly. So it's impossible, physically impossible, to encounter the sixth house bells without like playing with them the first time you see them. This is the Sadge Inquisition, because that's a heretic. Someone earlier mentioned that like the idea of seeing this dumb face. I mean, not this exact face, because of course we can't recreate this face in every character creator, but the idea of getting an implementation of this, an instantiation of this character's ridiculous face in other games, to me is kind of a nice idea. The idea of like having some continuity, you know, like between streams, like having like recurring memes is something that I think sounds kind of fun. Also, I want to explore this. It's on my radar, and I'm very curious about it. Because yeah, the Skate 3 thing kind of excites me. Granted, I don't expect it to go particularly smoothly, because again, I haven't played a skateboarding game since Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 that I played with my brother back when I was but a wee lad, but a teenager specifically. So it's been a hot minute, and I was never very good at the game. It was fun to play around with, but I was never very good. Oh, I see that the game's being a little weird, and okay, it recovered. And it has not crashed, but I am saving very frequently. So, the game is not allowed to be mean to me. It has to be nice. Contractually obligated. So yes, I don't know if I would commit to a full playthrough. I know for sure that when I do stream Skate 3, that I won't be able to pull the sick maneuvers that you see people in the glitch videos do, where they like use a certain glitch to build up speed and launch themselves into stratosphere. I won't be able to do cool shit like that, or at least not out of the starting gate. Maybe eventually I can figure out ways to do it, but from the start it's going to be, you know, a slower and clunkier experience for me, at least. But it'll be something fun to mess with, something new. Just drop that one too. There we go. Trying to find your phone, Johnson? I imagine Joey's probably at work right now, because otherwise I would say have him call the phone. Unless your phone's on silent, which is an unfortunate thing that has happened to all of us at least once. Oh. We found our first Atronach of the stream. Can I single slap him? Can I spank his booty? Bam. I sure can. The Void Essence. I suspect that's what's powering them, or something like that. Some kind of artifact that is the source of what lets them move around on their own. It's on vibrate, right? So it's not impossible, but it's still hard, because yeah, when it's on vibrate, you have to listen real closely. Especially if it's under a couch cushion or in a pocket. If it's like on a table, you can hear it like like buzzing against something, obviously. We have Daedric equipment, which is kind of nice to see. Ring of War. That's really good, actually. That's really good. I'll take that. A diamond, which as we all know, are forever. Resist magic, 13%. Speaking of which, are there other things I could rid myself of? As far as things that I may or may not ever use, I think I might get rid of these Greaves of Purity. So unless there's something else that I know I'll never use. I think I might get rid of this one actually. Spell Turn Cloak. Except it's pretty valuable. I should probably hang on to that one. Drop that guy, and let's also... Is this a thing I can use? I will use it. I'll use both of them. Those are Grand Soul Gems. They're kind of expensive, but that's fine. Chocolate chunk brownies? Oh, wow. Cheeseburgers and fries? Oh, stop doing that. Oh, okay, yeah. So they added a dessert but removed a burger. So yeah, that is kind of weird that, like, you would think they would replace the burger with another burger. Although, I mean, the brownie thing sounds fantastic though, so no complaints here. Oh, can I not turn these? Oh, this is the big shamble. Big shambly boy. Right, we went through this last time. The regular shambles, we can turn those, but these are too spicy. That AoE when they die is pretty spicy. Some honest to goodness coffins. Here we are in, what's it called? This place we are in? Ebroka. Okay, so they haven't added it. So there will be a new burger, they just haven't done it yet. Chili cheeseburgers. I do like chili and I do like burgers, but I've never had like a chili burger. I mean, personally, I would have to do without the cheese due to my body violently rejecting lactose. But yeah, but chili, yeah, I'm down for some chili action. We're still in chili season because we're obviously well into winter. Although I'm one of those degenerates that can eat chili all year long, so it's never bothered me. Hello, friend. Same with like iced coffee. What is that? What is that? Hold on, I need to see that kick animation again. Let me see that kick animation again, dude. It's too ridiculous. Nope, it's also too sexy. The game can't handle itself, apparently. Fake cheeses, alias. You raise a good point, because I think... Was it you or someone else? Someone else might have said this, but like they were cooking with something that involved fake cheese, like almond cheese, I think. Or some kind of vegan cheese option. We were heading towards this tower. So we've been saving pretty often, pretty frequently. Is it just me, or is there like a weird line where maybe that's supposed to be it's water. Okay, I see it now. Yeah, I was like, is that part of the sky? And now it's just the water. It's just the line of the horizon. So it just looked kind of funny. We were fighting a flesh Atronach, and then the game decided, you know what, Alex? Oh. Uh-oh. Is it another one of these? Hold on. Hold the phone. Let's see if it comes back. Okay. I wonder if this is going to be one of those cases where there's a cell that the game does not want us to play with. I'm going to try... Oh, it didn't give my mouse back. That's a problem. Oh, I don't have a mouse. Did my battery die? No, my battery's fine. Alright, so I don't have a mouse right now. That's a problem. I think I might have to kill the... Oh, it actually... Okay, the game's still alive. But I don't have a cursor. Alright, well, I gotta kill the game because I don't have a cursor. And I needed my mouse to be able to do things. Okay, now I have my mouse again. Goddamn. If it's not one thing, it's something else. Right. So that was not a crash. Since I had to manually close the game. It's because it wouldn't relinquish my mouse back to me. Bring it up again. Yeah, Dr. Pepper Shake. That sounds interesting. It's like, I guess, like a root beer float, but it's not root beer, obviously. It's a different kind of soda. But not a float, but it's a shake. Maybe that's what it was, Tata Bay. Tata Bay might have been onto something. It's like, kill it with fire. And the game said, alright, bet. I will kill the whole computer with fire. So maybe you see that right there where the castle kind of, or not the castle, the tower area kind of blinked in. Maybe when the game was trying to load that into memory is when it got sad. Got Sadge. Very strange. Hey, what's up, Indif? Start drinking as soon as the kids are in school. Or am I a terrible teacher? I like to think that there is a Balmer peak when it comes to most disciplines, including teaching. For those who've never heard of the Balmer peak, it is a theoretical blood alcohol content level where you allegedly become a better, like you become better at your job. Like for software developers, you write better code when you're just a little bit buzzed, just a little bit tipsy. Too little buzzed, it's not, it's, you know, then you're not, you haven't reached the peak, so it's not ideal. You're still like working on it. And if you're too buzzed, then you're too sloppy, and you're gonna start making mistakes. So allegedly, there is a blood alcohol content level, a drunkenness, where yeah, you become better at your job. I wonder if the door didn't load in. That looks a little bit weird, doesn't it? And people talk about the Balmer peak usually in relation to software development. Allegedly, it's named after the Balmer, Steve Ballmer from Microsoft. I don't know how true any of this is. Obviously, it's just like it's a fun meme, but it is a theory, and it's probably just a theory because, you know, like it's not like you're gonna be like, "Hey, boss, I got a tough project I'm working on. Mind if I bring a six-pack into work?" It's not gonna work that way, obviously. What if it did, though? What if it did? I do appreciate stopping, though, Index. I mean, you get my support if you want to do some research for science, because it's obviously for science. But if it gets you in trouble, then I'm not here. It was in the kitchen, on the counter. It was on the floor. Oh, I got you. I thought it was under the bed. Right. So it's one floor beneath you. Oh, it's from XKC. Oh, so that's the origin for it. Okay, so Steve Ballmer had nothing to do with it, or maybe he did have something to do with it, but it was like they named it after him without him being involved, without him knowing. Maybe that's how it all went down. Well, regardless, now we have our answer. Thank you for looking that up, Argasa. Didn't realize it was gonna be that easy. Let's see, we use Common Soul Gem. Which pretty much fully charged it, I think, didn't it? What's it at right now? It's oh, actually, it's not fully charged at all. I'm gonna hit it with one more slap. I'm not associated with this person. I've never even met this person, which is technically correct. I've not met you, but I've electronically met you, which is good for something, I like to think. S-word of the 9. Sword of the 9. What's our weapon called? It's like something of the Crusader, right? S-word of the Crusader. Well, the Crusaders are supposed to be, you know, saints. Maybe not saints, but they're supposed to be without sin. Without crime. So that means they can't swear. So I guess that's it. They have to wield S-words. They have to wield curse words as weapons against the wretched. Nice of them to leave all this gold in these coffins. Are you freaking kidding me? Is it? Let's see. Let's see if it comes back. Okay, it is coming back. Dude, the game is really unhappy with me today. Holy fuck. See, it's not responding. Let's alt tab and tab back in. Alright, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna close the game. Because I'm seriously concerned it's gonna crash Windows again. Just close and reopen. There's something in this area that the game is very unhappy with. Like, it is very much not wanting to let me play it. Because it keeps having problems when I'm in this little nook. So I guess what I need to do is I need to get what I want to do done quickly and get the fuck out of Dodge before it has a chance to shit the bed proper. A real, true bed shitting experience. I've mentioned before, I mean, I do like this game, I really do, but goddamn, it's fucking infuriating just trying to play it. Fleshy boy. He reflected my spell quite handily. And then I paralyzed his ass. Now his ass is dead. Although he was still reflecting my damage. Despite him being paralyzed, because that's just a latent thing. What's up, Irossi? yeah. It's like, it's got a fun meter. You know how there's some casinos that they monitor people's facial reactions when they win jackpots, when they win poker, like to like basically see if they're counting cards or if they're cheating the system. The game has something like that with my webcam, where if I'm smiling too good or if my voice is too enthusiastic, the game says, pull the plug, take him out. We can't. He's having too much fun. Cut the tape. We can't let this happen. Fucking Todd Howard is personally on the other line, is watching me and saying, this short motherfucker thinks he's so cool. He's trying to out-short me. I don't actually think Todd Howard is that short, but the meme is that he's very short, so it's like only Todd Howard's like, he's sitting somewhere and be like, I'm the only short person in Bethesda. No one's gonna out-short, no motherfuckers can out-short me. Or something. I don't know. I feel like my Todd Howard impression needs some work. Let's go ahead and hop in to this fun little nightmare zone before the game divides by 0. See what awaits us in yet another dungeon arena. Game being a shitbag. Shitbag is that's a good phrase. Underrated, I would say. I'm gonna turn undead, and by turn I mean I just turn him into me. Turn him to walk towards me. Yes, I would like to turn undead, but don't actually like turn away. I don't cower in fear away from me. I want you to run towards me enthusiastically. Got the Dr. Pepper Rossi, very good. You must be a different lad. I sneak attack you. I can sneak attack you now. Woo! Zapped his booty. Shockingly, there are undead when there are coffins. Who knew that there would be dead people alive or dead when coffins are in the picture? Is this just a human-sized cage? Is that what this is? A little bit ominous, don't you think? Hyper literal D&D, turn undead just makes him turn around. Yeah, I think the idea, with D&D, well, I guess it's different based on the system, but with turn undead, I think what it typically does is it makes the thing cower in fear. If it's successful, if it's a successful turn attempt based on the DC of the enemy, or DC or CR, challenge rating of the enemy. If it's successful, they'll cower in fear for like so many rounds, so you can, perform coup de grace on them. Well, I guess you can't perform a coup de grace on an undead because they don't have vital organs, but you can still get some good hits on them. And if you perform really well with a turn undead attempt, it could just vaporize them and just instantly kill them. But yeah, the idea of maybe what if it's a turn undead, but it's real small, so they turn around to leave, but then it wears off, and then they just go, oh wait, never mind, and they turn back for a full 360 and decide, you know what, I think I'm not leaving after all. Nice blood sconce, by the way, very good. Blackbird, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Why doesn't it evaluate to infinity? Well, I think that more or less is the problem. I think dividing by 0 does... nothing resolves to infinity, but I think that's the answer. And I think, and when the problem is that computers don't know how to deal with infinity. Really, nor do we as humans. We don't really understand it either. Well, conceptually we kind of do, but we have limited functions of utilizing infinity, our concept of infinity. So yeah, I think it's a matter of like, how do we get a computer to, how can we tell a computer, this is a number, it expands forever, don't think about it too hard. Because you tell a computer, don't think about a number too hard, it's like, no, I need to calculate this number so I can perform actions with it. I can perform calculations with it. Because that's what computers do, they compute. So it's a weird one. It's a weird case where humans, we know how to think of something and go, details. Don't dwell too much on the details. Turn undead makes a corpse undead. Well, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Would it turn a corpse undead? Whoa, shit. And we get back out. Oh, there's another. Okay, there's another button. Yeah. I think if you were to cast turn undead on a corpse, it wouldn't do anything because it would have to. It would have to, like, it only affects things that are undead. So if there's just a regular old dead body, if you cast on turn undead, then nothing would happen. Also, how many layers deep does this thing go? What the fuck have I gotten myself into? Oh my god. Getting weird. New Sheoth Liddy? Not yet. We got a little ways to go. Although we are kind of on the home stretch. I keep getting distracted though. I keep finding more dungeons. And the dungeons in this expansion are truly wild. He does embrace me. That actually is kind of nice. That makes me happy that he embraces it. As I embrace it too, so I'm right there with him, honestly. Blister pod. Oh, monsters? I guess they probably can sense me from below. Excuse me. Am I a pie knower? Sorry. God. And no, I am not a pie knower. I know the first, I think, 5 digits. Honestly, all you need is the first 3 digits, or I guess 2 after the decimal. You know, for all practicality. But yeah, I know of people that like have like the first like 20 digits memorized. I don't really see any practicality for it, so I don't mess with it. But some people find that to be kind of fun, so more power to them. That's the strat, man. Hit it, and then jump, and then yump away. Oh, I can cast Detect Life to see what awaits me below each one. Now, I was a math minor in college because in computer science, you have to take so many math classes. You have to take so many math classes to earn a computer science major. You might as well. You will automatically get a math minor so long as for your final math course you take one. There's like a, at least for the oh, wrong spell. For the university I attended, the way it worked is that to get a math minor, all you need to do is take all the courses that are required for a computer science degree, and then at the very end of the computer science degree, there was you had your choice of one of 3 electives: differential equations, linear algebra, or calculus 3. And if you took diffie-q or linear algebra, you got a math minor automatically, whereas calculus 3 did not satisfy the requirements for a math minor. So I took linear algebra, and it was the hardest course I ever took. Some people said linear algebra was super easy, and I could see how for some people it would be easy, but for me it was very challenging. That was probably the toughest one. It's a weird thing. Yeah, like, yeah, memorizing pi. I mean, it's just a fun flex, I think, for some people. Again, there's really no practicality to it, but it's just a fun, like, trivia thing, if nothing else. Good for trivia nights, or good for just impressing dates. You know, you're on a date with a nice prospective partner, and you whip out the old pi first 30 digits, and whoo, mercy, someone crack open a window. It's getting steamy in here. Todd Howard is the meme. He seems to embrace it, yeah, which is nice. Same height of Napoleon, he even looks it. To me, 5'5" is not that short. Granted, I recognize it's shorter than the national average in the United States, but it's not that short. I'm 5'3", man. Get on my fucking level. Get down to my fucking level, rather. A math minor in college, then I became a math adult. Technically, I would have been a math adult in college as well. Excuse me, as well, Ogasso. Linear isn't bad. Yeah, it's not bad for some people. It's the only course I ever failed. It's the only course I ever failed in college and had to retake. Part of that might have just been the fact that I probably took too much on during my senior year. But yeah, for me it was a very hard course. So for me it was it was way harder than calculus. Yeah, Johnson's not a fan of calculus. No, I mean, I didn't love calculus. The thing is, I'm not great at math. I'm just okay, and I think that's why. I think my issue is that I'm just okay at math. So linear algebra, certainly differential equations, probably would have also suplexed me. So yeah, it's a good thing I didn't have to go much further than that. Kind of person who wants to get an A though. I just needed to pass it with like a decent grade. I think I needed a C or more to pass it. And no, I straight up failed it. I failed the final. It made me like really bummed. I was like, because I never failed a college course before, so like, it kind of, you know, took a hit to my ego for a bit there. Of course, I recovered obviously, and I was able to retake it, and I passed just fine. But yeah, really, it bummed me out though. I was like, damn, dude, kind of fucked me up for a bit. But it's part of learning, part of growing up, right? Just how it goes. A towering 5-7 koala. Koala, us. Well, I'm the shorter king, obviously, but yes, I can understand. I can understand. But no, to me, like 5'5" is like a very normal. That's like a normal adult human person height. So I don't see that as like overly short at all. But like I've heard people say that like anything below 5'9" is short. I'm just like, damn, man, that to me is like so normal, distressingly normal. Blackbird says, I'm average internationally. Maybe that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna whip out the this is normal internationally. Therefore it counts. Oh, they were right. You had to throw it out. Oh, I'm so sorry, Blackbird. That's such a bummer. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You don't want to chance it because, yeah, that's just how it goes. And of course, we need to dump the body. Boop, there we go. No, it's best to play it safe, but still, that is tragic. I'm sorry to hear that, Blackbird. Calc 1 and 2 you like, but 3 wasn't so bad. The thing about 3 is that I didn't think it would like add that much. I guess that's, of course, I never took Calc 3, so maybe I don't know, but I didn't think it was going to add that much. I thought it was just all the stuff you were doing in Calc 1 and 2, just with the third dimension. So you get the Z-axis thrown in for good measure. Random compliment for Fivefinger. Fivefinger, your fingernails smell like fresh daffodils, plucked straight from the Himalayas. How's that? Is that sufficient? Cleanest and pleasantest smelling fingernails in all the lands. And now we're going into the what's that word? What was that word again? Duane. Duane. College kicked your ass. Yeah, it is expensive. It is extremely expensive. I'm very fortunate that my parents, I took out student loans, but my parents helped me with my loans. So I got my tuition, my student loans paid off a year and a half ago, I think. So I would have been 30, maybe 31 when I got it paid off, which is actually not bad. I know people that are like 10 years my senior that are still paying them off and went to the same college I went to. Well, that's not true. Some of them did go to the same college, but they went for grad degrees. So I mean, it's kind of a different situation. In my case, I just went for a bachelor's. But yeah, that shit is very expensive. I'm not sure how it is in Canada, Alias, but I would imagine, yeah, it's probably pretty similar here where tuition costs are pretty ridiculous. 2.5 years, that's pretty good. 2.5 years gets you pretty far in. You probably at least earned an associate's, Johnson. That's probably at least something for the old resume, if need be. I want to eat the truffles, Blackbird. Yeah. That sounds those sound fantastic. The cake sounded good too. I mean, all of it sounded amazing. As to your character, Koala, I like to think the same thing, Koala, because I'm a really short dude with a beard, and I like to think I'm unique. I like to think I stand out, maybe not so much in a crowd of tall people, because you can't really see me, but I like to think I'm memorable. I tell myself I'm memorable, at least. So yeah, I'm with you, Koala. It's like, I like to think it makes us unique, it makes us memorable, stand out amongst, amongst our peers, hopefully for the better. 6'3", 6'4", yeah, that's pretty tall. That's a pretty tall glass of water. The tallest woman I ever dated probably was like 5'8", maybe 5'9", like not tall, not particularly tall. And she was really cool. I mean, I liked her a lot, but obviously that relationship didn't pan out. But yeah, dated her for a couple months, and she was pretty chill. Liked her quite a bit. Here, let me switch over to this. Like, you know what? If I'm alt-tabbing, I should be saving. I should know better than alt-tab without proper protections. That's just begging for trouble. 5'5" is pretty short in your family. That's the thing, too. I've seen some families where, like, 6 foot, like 6'0" is considered short because like the entire family are a bunch of frost giants. I've like one of my streamer buddies, that's how she is, where she's like 6'2" and she's the shortest in her family. That fucking blows my mind, honestly. Fucking crazy. But a foot taller, yeah. Yeah. Person last date that you went on. Learned some fucked up. Oh, really, Blackbird? Sounds like you dodged a bullet then. Sounds like it was for the best, honestly. Do all the computations, but not the way they wanted, really. Oh, I see. It was specifically through calculus. So you can solve the problems, but not interesting. I guess that makes kind of makes sense that yeah, there'd be some things you could do in calculus 3 through linear algebra or diffie-q, but yeah, of course they want to do it through calc 3. Interesting, yeah. Well, I've never taken the course, so I guess I don't know. Obviously, guess I don't know. That's all, and I will probably never know. I don't really want to take that course, so unless I need to for whatever reason. Art and social degrees. That's awesome, Blackbird. Holy shit, that's badass. That is super badass. Oh, thank you for the congratulations. I mean, I graduated like 12 years ago, 2011. So, you know, it's a thing of the past, and it earned me my, my job, my job that I have right now. So it worked out for me, but honestly, I got lucky because I just happened to major. I happened to fall into something that I'm okay at. I want to lie to you all and say I'm an amazing software developer and that I'm the most brilliant person I've ever met, but that would be a lie. I'm a very average software developer. The code I write it's all right. It works. It's not amazing. Sometimes I fuck up. Sometimes I'm awesome. Usually I'm average. So, that's just kind of how it goes. Everyone's experience is different, and the fact that I just happened to be okay at a degree. Well, at a program that earned me a degree that let me get a job very easily, because software development is very much in demand right now. It was luck. It wasn't like I plotted like, oh, I'm going to intentionally try to get good at computer science or programming or math kinds of things. It just kind of fell into place. So I'm very fortunate in that sense. People in the social sciences, people in the liberal arts. It's cruel, but it is an unfortunate truth that those degrees are harder to use to find jobs. Although I like what Blackbird said. It is expensive, of course, but it's an experience. Like it's something that is, if nothing else, that enriches your life. Hopefully it enriches your life. But yeah, the unfortunate case is that sometimes some degrees are more marketable than others, which is unbalanced, and it feels unfair. $200 first semester. $200, or do you mean 200? Not 200,000. No. $200 first semester. Okay, yeah. 10 times that. That's expensive. Yeah. Ooh. 10,000 in student loan. That's the thing too. It's so expensive to even like start college. So ponying up all that cash and not having a degree at the end of it would be a huge bummer, and yeah, puts people in financial holes. That's of course part of why, and I recognize this could be considered all that gold, really. Gold and diamonds. Flawless diamonds. I'm not going to pick up all the gold because I don't want to be here forever. But it's kind of controversial, I guess, because some people, this is getting into politics, but here in the United States, the current administration has proposed a system that would actually help loan forgiveness, or would offer loan forgiveness for people who were unable to finish their degrees if they like only racked up below a certain amount of debt, like certain of money, financial amount. Some people are super down. Some people are like really down for that because yeah, it would help them, get out of financial holes from, like you're saying, people that started a degree and were unable to finish it. Other people are very, very unhappy about it because any kind of student loan forgiveness conversation sometimes ruffles feathers, because there are people who say, well, I paid off all of my loans, where's my relief? Why should other people be cut slack when I had to struggle? And I as you can imagine, I have opinions, and I don't want to be too preachy here, but But to me, it's like, well, yeah, if this helps some people get out of financial holes, I'm all down. You know, I'm down. I don't care that I've already paid off my loans. You know, I've paid my dues literally, but yeah, for people that are stuck, or people that have, you know, financial issues, then they don't have as many opportunities for it, or as many options rather. So, but again, it's been kind of controversial here in the States, so it's been a thing. 3 inches, koala, 3 inches taller. Yeah, that's like kind of average for like the women I've dated over the years. The woman I will be soon marrying, Gracie, she's like 2 inches shorter than me, maybe 3. But no, yeah, the majority of women I dated over the years were at least a little bit taller than me, and it never bothered me. And to my knowledge, it never bothered them. Of course, none of those relationships ever worked out, but yeah, so far as I know, it was never a problem. You'd have been too powerful, koala. That's what it was, koala. They recognize like this koala dude. He's too cool. He's too charismatic. We gotta knock him down a peg somehow. This is what we're gonna do. Otherwise, he's gonna be OP. We gotta nerf him somehow. Johnson says, hey man, C's get degrees. That's right. That's right, they do, bud. Technically, I've not met you, Algaso. You're correct. I've not met you physically. I've electronically met you. But yes, do I truly know you? Do I truly know you in the biblical sense? Looked out with Lydia, you worked computer science as well, right? Wanted to make Neopet sciences computer science? Yeah, I remember in high school taking one of those aptitude tests that they make you do here in the United States, where like you answer some surveys, you answer some questions, and then like at the end of the survey, they dictate to you, here are the degrees we think you would do the best at. And the one, I took like 3 of those aptitude tests because again, you kind of had to. And at the end of all 3 of them, the top rated one by a huge margin was computer science. And I was like, I don't even know what computer science is, but sure, I'll sign up for it. So I signed up for it having no idea what it was. Not knowing it was software development. I mean, that, of course, I knew what that was, but yeah, I was like, I don't know what this computer science thing is, but apparently I'm gonna be real good at it, so fuck me. Excuse me. 97%. It's pretty damn good, honestly. Hey, there's my buddy Matt. What's up, buddy? Software development is overrated. As a fellow developer, Matt knows the honest truth. Based, I think is what the kids would call it. It's good to see you, Matt. Yeah, in fact, Matt and I went to the same college, and we kind of we work for the same we work for similar employers, which is kind of cool. So yeah, so Matt and I talk shop a lot. Look at this scene, by the way. Look at this kind of like sad, kind of macabre scene. They're all holding hands and holding flowers. Kind of fucked up, honestly. Sites for cats. I mean, sites for cats, sites for Neopets. Potato, honestly. Went to English school. Oh, you're from Quebec, Blackbird. Right, yeah. So you might not have had a lot of English necessarily. Yeah, French probably for the most part. Right, yeah. So you're probably bilingual. That's fantastic. Connective tissue issues, right, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah, because yeah, for a lot of us who are able-bodied, you know, with no major issues, no major like health issues, you know, things like attending university, that kind of stuff is not really too much of a problem. But yeah, if there's health problems, disabilities, that kind of stuff, then yeah, that obviously complicates matters, and we really don't do a lot here, unfortunately, to accommodate people that have things like that would prevent them from otherwise being able to, you know, attend classes, that kind of thing, walk across the university campus. So it's kind of unfair in that sense, I would say. Augusta says, I'll be preachy. I'll be preachy for the 2 of us. Free or cheaper schooling won't happen all at once. And that is ultimately what I would like to see happen, Alias. That you can, again, my political persuasions are probably pretty easy to diagnose. But, I mean, yeah, to me, having that shit be at minimum affordable and at best fucking free would be really nice. And yeah, I don't expect that to happen all at once. Like Alias said, these things will be done in baby steps. Ouch. So I'll take whatever progress we can get. The downside though is that the program I'd mentioned here in the United States is already being challenged by the courts, and it's actually it's a very real possibility that it will get denied by the higher courts. So, like, I'm glad that an attempt is being made, but I'm bracing myself to be disappointed when the powers that be dictate that it is not meant to be. Iron battle axe, helmet. So far, a lot of fairly mundane stuff in this dungeon, but I'm waiting for something weird to happen. Waiting for some weird shit. Oh, here's some weird shit. Dead wood elf. Freshly dead. Still fresh. I'm getting married. I am getting married, Matt. Yeah, I guess I actually haven't had a chance to play games with the boys in a while. We haven't done a board game, not in a minute. But yeah, we got engaged last year. We got engaged almost a year ago. Exactly, almost a year ago. It was in January of last year. And we're getting married in a few weeks. And it's going to be awesome because we were originally going to go to Hawaii just for funsies. But then we determined, kind of on a whim, we wanted to get hitched while we were there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get hitched while we're in Hawaii, which is going to be awesome. Let her wear tall-ass heels on her wedding day. So I mean, we're going to be getting married on the beach. So heels probably would not be very comfortable. Although I have not seen her dress. I don't know what her outfit's going to be. So, I trust her to pick out something that she is excited about, so. Also, Johnson, I appreciate that you say, oh, you better let her wear heels, or, you know, let her wear footwear, or you know, or things that will make her feel good. Bold of you to assume that I wouldn't ever deny her wearing anything ever, because, like, yeah, I've heard of cases, of course, of dudes, and let's be honest, it's always dudes, to their spouses being like, you're wearing that, really? You know, trying to dictate that kind of shit. I'm over here like, whatever the fuck you want, whatever makes you comfortable, whatever makes you happy, I don't give a shit. Like, if something is too revealing, awesome. I get to enjoy things being revealing. No complaints here. So, no, my general policy is like, yeah, well, I will be completely unbothered. As long as she's happy, I'm happy. Finished undergrad call. That's awesome. Started it a while back. That's the thing too. Some people, you know, when it comes to life situations, some people have to take time off from their, you know, from their degree programs and then pick it back up. Whoa, that's not good. Let's see if it recovers. Uh-oh, that's not good. Let's see if it comes back. Oop. Okay, we are still back. We are still live. Oh boy, that was a bad one. Both my monitors went dark on that one. It's like, oh Jesus, what's happening? What's happening now? Yeah, no, we're back. But yeah, both my monitors went dark, and I heard disconnect noises. And I was like, oh fuck, what's it gonna be? No, it recovered. It recovered, just only barely, only barely. But anyway, yeah, to Koala's point, yeah, sometimes you got to take time off and jump back on it. And yeah, I'm glad you were able to complete it, Koala. But I'm sure that was like a relief to have it done after, you know, probably having to pick it up and drop it, and maybe even a couple of times, you know, kind of start and stop it. Vivinger points out that yeah, things that are beyond their power. It probably is kind of a cultural thing here, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, we're all such individualists. We all like to be in complete control of everything about ourselves. So there's a certain type of person where somebody goes like, hey man, what if we do this thing to help out people that are struggling with, you know, with disabilities or struggling with poverty, and they hear that as a personal attack and say like, well, no, I'm not in control of how that is dictated, so I'm gonna be against it. And again, I don't want to get too political here, because this, you know how these things go. Sometimes it can devolve into lunacy. But yeah, I do feel that at least at times a little bit of consideration for like, well, okay, if you don't like this aspect of it, is there a compromise that can be made versus saying wholesale never ever? So that's the type of person I struggle with the most, probably. You're knowledgeable, so you do well with these kinds of things. 4 to 5 hours. Right, yes. When it comes to, yeah, having physical health stuff, having disability stuff, sure. Yeah. Yeah, lots of problems with health issues since at 15. Yeah. No, I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Johnson. That does put you in a tough spot for sure. So trying to figure out what you want to do in life. Honestly, same. Yeah, I'm approaching my mid-30s, and eventually I'll know what I want to do when I grow up. Eventually. But no, that's understandable, Blackbird. What's up, TriStar? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, my friend. Plenty of guys don't like taller girls. You're correct. I have observed many of my friends say that, yeah, they're like super uncomfortable about dating taller women. Of course, some of these friends are normal, relatively normal heighted. So that maybe it's that they're just not used to being shorter than a girl. Whereas I'm always used to being shorter than girls. So it never bothered me when I was in my dating scene, my dating years. Just get them elevator shoes, get them platform shoes, Alias. That's right, bud. That's right. Thank you for the congrats, though, Matt. I appreciate you, buddy. Hair metal and wear some bomb-ass platforms. That's right. Be a total badass. So it's not looming over you. That's right. Yeah, the fact that it's done and hopefully it's like a nice feather in your cap, a nice line on the resume if nothing else, and like you fucking did it, man. Because that's like some personal growth shit right there, man. The fact that you conquered it, you got that personal growth. So you got like a nice thing that you conquered. It probably took a long time. It definitely took a long time. I shouldn't say took a long time, but it took many years of your life to do, and there were probably challenges along the way. There were probably aspects of it that were like awful, and stressful, because I'm sure you were juggling other life issues and other life things, and getting married for one thing. I know you're married, so yeah, the fact that you got that shit done, that's like a reflection on your persistence. So I see that as like a very positive thing, if not just for it showing that you're a badass, dude. Which is sick. Take tutorials, do some indie stuff. Yeah, there is part-time work. Cause Gracie actually she works part-time at her with her employer, and actually has worked out for her quite well. Much more so compared to when she was working full-time. Look at him sitting patiently when I've turned him. That's so generous and patient of him. Which of you is the real skeleton? You are the real skeleton. I'll ask you to please stand up. Everything here is so healthy. I've hurt a lot of things, but unfortunately they are still alive. And I wish you would to not be alive, Mr. Monster Friend. Also, I see there were some things behind me, but I think they despawned, so I think we're good. It was a big hiccup, though. It was. Yeah, the glitch we had a little bit earlier. But yeah, to Elgaso's point, yeah, I mean, there's part-time work, there's consultation work, which is usually on like a ad hoc basis. There are ways to do it. We are still alive though. Streams lags a bunch when it's been a recurring problem with this game. I think it's because what happens is the game glitches out and it causes my GPU or my CPU to like freak out and spike, and sometimes that can cause OBS to get a little bit wily. Hear the disconnect noise. That disconnect noise, I suspect, was my monitor disconnecting and reconnecting, because both of my screens went black. So that's probably what that was. So Matt qualified for the loan forgiveness, but you don't need it right now. Yeah. If I didn't have my loans paid off, Matt, I probably would have been in the same boat, honestly. Wanted to roll through for the folks that need it. Yeah, same. 100% same on that one, bud. Yeah, that would be really nice, honestly. Men who are afraid of tall women are weak. I want to meet my giant wife so our titanic children can crush tiny offsprings like worms. Elgas has always got the right idea, honestly. Your new nausea meds. Oh, okay. Oh, meds for treating nausea. I thought for a minute my brain downloaded that as meds that make you nauseous. So I was like, why would you want that? But no, I get it now. Anti-nausea meds. Not things that willingly make us not feel good. A lot of bad guys in this little hallway, wasn't there? Goddamn. Oh, there's still monsters, apparently. Still something nearby. Oh, here he is. Not enough mergicers. Now I got mergicers. Yeah, once again, it doesn't always let me do the sneak attacks, despite my best efforts. Ouch. And there it is. Yeah, it's really hit or miss when it comes to if it allows sneak attacks and you turn undead. I think it must be a bug. Because the idea of them running away from you and being available for a coup de grace or something like that makes sense. But having it count as a sneak attack is a little bit silly. Yeah, the stomping grounds, that's right. Just get bigger cats like a leopard, yeah. Get some panthers. Some pet panthers. Speaking of large cats, well, this is a hound. Large undead zombie hound. The enemies were alive. Well, they're technically not alive, yes. They were unalive. For undead. Bone marrow. Bone shards. Just don't have it be a bone shard. I like to avoid those if I can help it. Your cats are tiny, vicious predators. Yep, that's correct. Cats are like the perfect killing animal, the apex predator. Or at least they would be if we weren't always picking them up and giving them kisses. I'm fairly certain that if Gracie's cats were the size of tigers, one of them is too sweet. One of them would never ever lift a paw towards anybody, but the other one, like when they want to play, the other one when he's like is all hyped up and silly and wants to play, he would have absolutely accidentally murdered us by now. So yes, I would have gotten mauled to death by an excited ferret cat. That's his name, by the way, Ferret, which is a very good cat name in my opinion. What does this do, actually? I hit the button without knowing what it does. A migraine that... Oh, gosh, I'm sorry, Blackbird. That sounds awful. All this pain and nausea. Yeah, I'm sorry, Blackbird. That sounds awful. Oh, God, that sounds very unpleasant. I haven't had a migraine in a long time, but I remember the nausea they would cause, and it's a not good time. Johnson says, I've had it all. Ouch. Oh, maybe it's a vision. You're right. It actually could be a vision thing. That can, if not cause, at least exacerbate migraines. So you're probably onto something. The Tortie, Johnson. The Tortie is the one that is far too sweet. I've never heard her hiss or growl or anything. She's a little sweetie. That's a new one. Wow. Dead courier. He had a weathered letter. And 5 gold. And a couple of metal objects. So when he got electrocuted, he really got electrocuted. Let's see what this weathered letter is. Yeah, the male's name is Ferret, and the lady cat's name is Shayna. And I was telling Gracie that whenever I'm watching YouTube, whenever I look at Twitter, and I see a picture or a video of a tortoiseshell, I don't think to myself, that's a tortoiseshell. I think to myself, that's a Shayna. So that's like how my brain has downloaded these cats. They are very sweet cats. And when I move in with Gracie, we'll probably get to see them a whole bunch. On stream, that is, most likely. They got the courier, that's right. So Clanfather Maleficent? Extreme precautions, he questions. Safeguarding the remains of grandmother and our eventual resting places. Maybe that's what this place is. It's like supposed to be an unscrupulous grave. Yeah, grave robbers, he says. Even the most stalwart crusader, that's me, I'm crusading, would survive the gauntlets you have built in the mausoleums of Ebroka, which is where we are right now. So, including the traps that he got by, presumably. Unless he got killed by the undead, but probably the traps. Blackman call him Hades. That's fantastic, Blackbird. That'd be fantastic. Allegedly, black cats are are adopted less frequently. Because of the fact that, like, some people are superstitious about black cats being, bringing about bad luck, that kind of thing. I don't know how true it is, but yeah, allegedly they're harder to adopt, harder to find homes for. So yeah, you might have your pick of the litter, Blackbird. Gotta get photos of them in the wild, aka inside. Yes, I mean I have a phone full of pictures of them both, honestly, as well as pictures of Dexter, my dog. Get a snake, name him Ouroboros. Just hope he doesn't eat himself. Hopefully. So this is stuff that's been architected. Traps are without safety mechanisms. Right. What chance of our future generations of visiting our graves that they should honor us with such a pilgrimage? Yeah. That thing about the whole traps not having safety measures. Yes. Glad you've taken responsibility. This monument of our clan family. Make sure we have level of rationality. Hope this letter finds you well. The letter didn't find him at all. He got before he could deliver it. Or before the courier could deliver it, I guess. It's a pretty spicy one, too. I like how it looks like... he's got a crown. Some kind of alien lad, I believe. Breathing a lightning breath. To fucking melt faces. So apparently there's a new... Yeah, this right here. What if I press this button? That manually caused it to fire. Oh, that's a good point too, Matt. Yeah, what if they get adopted and then get abandoned? Like rabbits being adopted around Easter. Same kind of problem there. I don't doubt it. That probably would be a problem too. So I'm sure lots of shelters are like, hey man, anybody want these for forever homes, please? Also, can't get in here, need a key. So we've reached our limits for this one at least. Which has happened a number of times with a lot of these dungeons. So again, I suspect a lot of them are going to have specific side quests attached to them, which is fine by me. Gives us stuff to look forward to. You had a guppy that would eat the other guppies. Really? I've never heard of guppy cannibalization. Oh, there's another door, by the way. This also leads to... Oh, that's a different one. Sepulchra, which sounds kind of like a metal band name. A long-haired kitty cat, like a black long-haired cat. His ferrets, he's like a tuxedo cat. He's like medium length hair. He's kind of shaggy sometimes. He's a poofy boy. And then the other ones, yeah, they just kept disappearing, right? Yeah, like how? Where are they going? I think you're probably right, Blackbird. It was probably the one that was getting them. Yeah, Johnson says I'm a take care of it myself. They're even wait, they were in different jars? That's wild, Blackbird. Yeah, unless they like escaped somehow, but yeah, that's freaking nutty. That is truly nutty. Hey, what's going on, Harris? Thank you for joining in. Thanks for joining in, Ellie. Hope you're doing well. And yes, you've ascertained this is my first playthrough of Oblivion, and this is my first playthrough of Shivering Isles. We saved the best for last. We saved the Shivering Isles for the last thing in this playthrough, and it's my favorite so far. I'm really enjoying it. So I understand why so many people love it, because I'm enjoying it a lot too. I enjoyed the base game a lot too. I enjoyed the main quest and the faction quests. Uh-oh. Oh, hold on. Let's see if it recovers. Gonna give it a moment. Gonna give it a moment before I... Oh, looks like it did recover. Okay. Yeah, let me alt-tab because my windows are all goofed. Another bit of a hiccup. We've only had one crash tonight, shockingly. No, I'm not challenging it by saying that out loud. I'll fight you first. But anyway, yes. No, this is good. This is a good time. Despite the glitches, despite the crashes, we've had some technical hang-ups, but no, like I said earlier, I liked the main game, the base game rather. I liked the other expansion content. I like the factions. Dark Brotherhood was awesome. Thieves Guild quest line was awesome. It's a lot of cool stuff, but yeah, Shivering Isles is really something special. Cat Parenthood. That is good. That is a pretty good resume, actually, of cat care. Yeah, I would say you're quite experienced, Johnson. Have lots of fish. They would get eaten alive because oh, that's just kind of what they would do then. So a lot of them would just do. Okay, so maybe it's not that weird then. Opened elsewhere. Place is an angry room. This room is angy. They ate their snails too. Wow. Yeah, I didn't realize there was so many. Well, I guess it's not cannibalism because it's other creatures eating snails, but so many carnivores. Carnivorous fish. Guppy's nice and pretty. I had fish for a little bit there when I was a kid. I had a couple goldfish, some the bottom feeder lads that would like clean the aquariums. They had like a funny name. What are those things called? Just the bottom feeder lads. So didn't ever like go super in on it, but yeah, they had a couple fishies, and I liked them. They were nice and chill. They were pleasant to watch. I remember having one like across from my bed, so I could see them as I was like trying to sleep, and like the noise of the water bubbling and watching the fish swim around was like soothing. It would help me sleep. Found another way into the forbidden zone earlier. However, we hit another button. I'm gonna see this open something else, or if it may be disabled. This angry trap. It did no such thing. Angry trap is still going. Where she was gonna push things to, yeah, to eat them specifically. Wait, is this where we came from? Maybe. Yeah, actually, that might be where we came from. But this... Oh, it opened a new... Okay. It opened a new door. I got it. Fish isn't... Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. You're worried about... Oh, you're talking about the cat, though. What if the cat gets at them? Right. Yeah. Because, yeah, Gracie, when we first started dating, she had a leopard gecko. And then she adopted the two cats from her dad when he got sick. And the cats would... One of the cats didn't really bother... Mongo was the name of the gecko, by the way. One of the cats didn't really care, but the other ferret, the younger cat, was kind of a terror to Mongo. She actually rehomed Mongo because she didn't really have like time to care for him as well as the cats. So she was able to find him a new home. But yeah, some cats don't give a shit. Others give many shits. Other cats are like, oh gosh, a new thing to terrorize. Have I killed it on a... so yeah, we have killed one thing with a single hit, Johnson. That's correct. Saving up for a new laptop. That's right. I remember you talking about that, Blackbird. The laptop situation is kind of dire right now. Had a fish that didn't last long. Or they would just die too fast. I mean, yeah, they don't have very long lifespans. I mean, if you care for them well, I think they can usually last for at least a year or two, but... Of course, they're kind of temperamental sometimes. Like, if you overfeed them, that's a very easy way to kill them, unfortunately. And of course, yeah, if the cage isn't kept extra clean. This leads outside, by the way. Oh, okay, leads outside. Where are we right now? We're, yeah, kind of far away, actually, from the original. Well, not that far away. Far enough, I suppose. Let's go back in, because we found a way into that other spicy place. It's the hardest part about pets. I'm right there with you, man. And my dog is 13, almost said 33. He's 13. I am 33. But he is 13 years old. And he's very old. He looks and acts like an old dog and has health issues like an old dog. And you know, he's not gonna last forever. I try to brace myself for that unfortunate fact frequently that, you know, eventually he will leave us. Eventually he might not leave us all at once, and I might have to have him put down. I've done it before with pets, and I'll, you know, take him to the vet's office and have him euthanized. Like, if it comes down to it, I've done it before and I'll do it again, but it's something I dread. Because, like Alias said, that is for my money, I would say it's the hardest part of pet ownership, is the fact that, you know, we're supposed to outlast them. I fully intend to outlast him, to outlive him. But, yeah, it's hard. Because it's like, he's a member of the family, dude. Shit's difficult to deal with. Some craft dinner. Yeah, trying to save money. Yeah, eat the cheap stuff. I think we've pretty much done all we can in this dungeon. I'm gonna go ahead and exit to the exterior, but we couldn't really explore much beyond that one zone within the what's it called, the blah, blah, blah. Where's the door? Oh, well, it's not on the map anymore. That's kind of weird. But anyway, a random ass diamond. Just that other area with the that clearly had a sudden dead end. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have hit that button a second time. I think it's revealing and showing, or revealing and hiding doors. So now this is closed again. Gosh darn it. I think that's what I needed. So I need to hit the buttons again, don't I? Is there a button to disable this annoying ass multi-panel trap thing? I don't think there is. This one again. Goldfish can last a long time. Yeah, I was gonna say I think mine lasted a decent bit. It's a realm of Sheogorath. So yeah, let's go outside here for a bit and just explore outside. So I think we've done as much as we can with that dungeon for the time being. Put some tomatoes in there to mix it up. A thing, yeah. The Blackbird's like, how do I measure a thing of tomatoes? I think she means just some sliced tomatoes, probably. That's what me thinks. We are in the great outdoors once again, by the way. Matt says, been there, done that. That's right. Yeah, I remember your doggy. That's right. Yeah, Columbo? Is that the doggy's name? Because, yeah, yeah, you've been down that road not too long ago, for that matter. Yeah, so, yeah, Dexter's still hanging in there, but yeah, he is old. He is old, and he has health problems. He's mostly blind. He gets a number of different kinds of medications. He's still hanging in there, and he's still like, he's very sleepy, but like when I go to take him outside, he's happy to explore and look around and sniff around. So he's still vivacious, you know. He's not like I don't see any indication that he's in pain or uncomfortable. I think I like to think I do a good job of keeping him comfy, but yeah, I just try to keep my eyes on. I try to be honest with myself and not delude myself. You know, if it looks like there's something going on, you know, then let's take him to the vet, talk to the vet, see what they think, and you know, at some point might have to have a heart-to-heart and be like, what do you think, doc? You know, what is the likelihood of this being sustainable? And depending on their answer, because yeah, I trust the pros, you know, generally when it comes to this kind of thing. Depending on their answer, might have to make a tough call at some point, so we'll see. An immersion blender. Oh, that's sick, dude. Yeah, it's blend some shit up. Hell yeah, dude. Do you have like some stuff in particular you hope to make? Because I've actually never heard of an immersion blender before. Also, new houses? New house just dropped. Also, enemies somewhere. Oh, I see. I see you. And he reflected it. And then I missed. Swing and a miss. Yeah, I guess I've never heard of an immersion blender. I'm guessing, or maybe it's a food processor, maybe, because I do have a food processor, and I like it quite a lot. It blends and processes very well. Delts gets so bad he can't intervene. Yeah, exactly. That's where you gotta make some tough calls. Had an issue with Pippi. Oh, I think I remember you talking about that at one point. Yeah. Sometimes gotta do some research. That's a fair point too. Yeah, sometimes maybe there are other options. So yeah, being informed is a good general approach. So yeah, that's a fair point too. Because yeah, maybe there are other options. And even if it's very expensive, sometimes it's at least worth considering. Especially if the animal is younger. Because again, you know, my dog is 13. If you were to have something catastrophic happen, and there was like a surgery that would cost $10,000 and would probably be successful, but like might not have the best quality of life, then yeah, I might have to make a tough call. You know, I would have to ruminate on it, because when he's 13 years old, how much time is that really going to buy him when he's already got all this stuff going on? So yeah, everyone's situation is different and needs to be considered as such. It's hard to, you know, issue blanket edicts for all cases. And it's extra bright today. Jesus, turn down that sky. God damn, it is extra illustrious today. It is reports in the evening hours, and it is fucking cotton candy skies. It's like a dreamsicle. Probably with the ocean too. The ocean being fucking cyan. Columbo though. Columbo the doggo. That's right. Wallace says, I think I will perish. Dude, it feels that way, man. The idea of saying goodbye to a buddy is just not good. It's not a good time, but you know, a lot of us have been down that road before, and it's never easy, but it is something we have to do, unfortunately. Piss and vigor. That's correct. That's correct. As all good doggos should be. And humans too, for that matter. Hello, people.
I ran an errand for her research. I just ran instead. Say, do you have any shoes?
Any shoes?
No shoes.
No shoes.
But how about a bath? You really should take a bath. You shouldn't run any errands from early until you take a bath.
Oh, the these holes in my shoes are killing me. Well, gotta run.
Hello.
When she said gotta run, she wasn't kidding.
Ah, a stranger in town. But as I always say, a stranger is just a friend I haven't met.
Oh, what was that? Oh, the game crashed, by the way. Wow. Took a while, but the game finally crashed. In mid-conversation. I've actually never had it crash mid-conversation like that before. That's a new one. A stranger is just a friend I've not met yet, or I've not made yet, and then, never mind. The world is going to implode on itself. Your cat sounds hilarious, though, Blackbird. I was reading that comment. Was barely a year old. Yeah, so he's definitely still had a lot of time left. Right, yeah. 84 a day. Wow, that's a lot. Joey had to go out of town at one point, yeah. So it took dedication for you, Johnson, for you and Joey. It's dedication to make it happen. That is impressive, though. I mean, I'm glad that it sounds like it had a happy ending, because Pepe's still with us. It opens her heart for another pet. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the unfortunate... I mean, everyone's case is different, but the advice I've heard is that, yeah, when a pet dies, the best way to ease that heartache is to jump right back in and adopt a new pet to replace them. I mean, you never can truly replace... You know, a pet with the exact same kind of experience. But here they are. Here are the Golden Saints. Muriel's research.
Speak quickly, Morty.
They're called Golden Saints.
No, don't come any closer. I have to finish my morning survey of the dewfall at 4 precise locations.
Well, gotta run.
Speak quickly,
Do
Morty.
you have any shoes? No.
Immortal.
Muriel
So are they immortal?
offered me some shoes if I ran an errand for her research. I just ran instead. Say, do you have any shoes?
Yep, she doesn't have shoes.
No, no shoes. But how about a bath?
Here's the dialogue we heard earlier, but we got
You should take a bath.
these subtitles this time.
You shouldn't run any errands from Ireland until you take a bath.
So it really is the person here.
Oh, these holes in my shoes are killing me. Well, gotta run.
What?
Like most lesser data, the hunger has a weakness to
The shock spells, that's right.
I steer clear.
Yo, Corky, good to see you, friend. Amnesia. Corky and Amnesia, good to see you both.
Bye.
And as Corky says she has to head to bed. I appreciate you joining in, though, friends. It is getting kind of late, though, so if people have to hop off, I totally understand.
But as I always say,
See if it will not crash this time.
Just a friend I haven't met
Egg whites
yet.
till they're like kind of foamy.
Hey, friend, do you think you could help me out? I'm caught a bit short at the moment. Anything at all would be much appreciated.
So yeah, frothy egg whites. Beat the living fuck out of them. There you go. I've never actually like beaten. Well, I guess if you're baking something, I could see having to beat egg whites. But yeah, blending egg whites is something I never thought about before. So yeah, so they're kind of Golden Saints or like Golden Saint guards or something. We'll say that counts as a Morrowind reference if anybody has that in their bingo board, by the way.
Thanks a lot.
Something about this research, by the
She
way.
doesn't like it when I run through her plants. All she seems to care about is collecting plants and animals.
Oh, is that an emote of your buddy? It's Tycho? Tycho, is that like named after the drums? Also, is that a Shiba Inu? Because it looks very adorable.
See you later.
I mean, the emote makes it look like it's Angie, but I bet he's not an Angie boy. I bet he's a good boy.
Ever bathe?
I'm bathing right now.
She is obsessed with collecting plants and animals. I'd steer clear of her.
Eat some
Now,
nuggies
do
with
I need
salads
to sweep
or
that?
rice or honey. Yeah, gotta mix it up. That's understandable. Wait, what was that last point?
She is
Steer clear of her, he says. Okay. And he says, now I need to clean.
Restful and bliss is collecting items to build something.
Alright, so she loves
Goodbye.
shoes, and he loves to clean and sweep and bathe. Oh. So there's nothing like noticeable in here. Are you the person? Yeah, alright, so she's the person that's doing all this research. And she's she's packing heat.
I am compiling a taxonomy of every living thing in the Shivering Isles. The weather, changes in the moon and stars, and their interrelationships. I must not be interrupted. My work requires the highest degree of concentration. I hope I won't have to repeat myself.
Any side quests tonight? We haven't completed any. We've taken on several side quests, though. Yeah, mostly just explored. Tell me more.
I have no time for idle chatter with dilettantes. When I'm finished with the Encyclopedia Sheothia, you may study it to your heart's content.
Sheothia, that's a cool sounding name. I wonder if we will have an option to contribute and bring stuff to her. Give him a Japanese name. That's fantastic. I have a couple friends that did a similar thing when they adopted a Shiba Inu. Gave him a Japanese name, which is kind of nice.
My work is far too important to trust to you.
You know what that means? Time for some what's a nice way of saying it? Disposition encouragement. Right, we were gonna try to romance her.
Blessings of the Mad God.
And by romance, I mean just make her like us more. What instruments do I play, Matt? Not a lot nowadays, honestly. Back in the day, back before college, the joke I used to tell people is that I'm a washed-up musician, so I don't actively play or practice anymore. You probably remember I used to play the cello. I do still have my cello in my room. But I do have a couple of guitars. I have a keyboard. So I have a number of things that I've played around with before. But the big one was the cello, because I played it for about 8 years, and took it pretty seriously. But I was never really good enough or like had the drive enough to continue it after high school. So because that's usually how it goes. Like for someone to pursue being a musician beyond just being in school, if you wanted to make a career out of it, that kind of thing, you would either need the natural talent or just the drive, like the passion for it and or discipline to make up for lack of natural talent and like get good by force of will. And I definitely didn't have natural talent, and I also wasn't. I liked it, but I didn't love it, and I didn't love it the way that you kind of need to love it to get professional good. Like some of the people I played with. Like I played with people that were either naturally talented or had that discipline, and I saw the level they were at. It's like that's not something I really want to work towards. I'd rather spend my time elsewhere. So that's kind of what I did. So, she does not like us very much, despite the fact that she is a fellow dark elf. You think that's sweet in the pot? Well, that means we need to bribe her, or not bribe her. We need to speechcraft her. I'll speechcraft her the best ways possible. So let's do the usual thing. We have to try to find the two slivers, the two pie slices she responds to the best. So looks like she loves admiration and likes boasting. So we will do small coerce and pretty good admire. I'm going to do a rotate so we get an extra good. Oh crap! I fucked up. That's fine. We still get a pretty good boast. So that's the thing. You want to roll high or spend high when it's a thing they like, and roll low or spend low when it's a thing they dislike. So let's do that again. Again, we know she likes boasting and admiration based on their facial expressions. That's how I know. So let's do. I'm actually gonna do I'm gonna go ahead and do a rotate now. So do big boast.
Wish I could say that.
Small joke, small coercion, and then medium admire. Because if I were to do like a big pie slice on a thing she dislikes, the damage it does is greater than the benefits it gives you when a big slice is done on things she likes. So the negatives are more painful than the positives help. So in a case like that, when it's either going to be a small thing she dislikes or a big thing she likes, I will go for the small thing she dislikes just to knock it out. So same thing here. Joke is small, coercion is small, but admire is big. Boast, pretty big too. 59, we'll take it. I'm gonna go ahead and Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and admire.
What can I say?
And now I'll rotate so we can get crappy joke, crappy that. It means we get a small boast. Also, I have to go quickly. You can see it is ticking down, so I unfortunately can't linger for too long and pontificate. However, I can rotate and go big. 73. Love it, baby. Natural talent, but no discipline, so you remain mediocre. I mean, I've seen people that have natural talent to the point where that carries them at least to the point where they're able to like play with the big leagues. Maybe not be the best of the best, because then you do need discipline to carry it to like the true top echelons, but at least to be rolling with the big dogs, that is at least the foot in the door. Never asked in person. Oh no, it's okay. No, it's something that I don't really like go out of my way to talk about, because again, it's not something I really actively participate in. I can't call myself a musician because again, I haven't like studied it or taken lessons or even really cracked the case open in a couple of years. So it's something that I used to do though, and I used to like take it pretty seriously. Play with some youth orchestras and some youth symphonies. Went to a state competition once, so making it to the state level was a big deal at the time. So You know, did a number of things, but it just after a certain point, I just got kind of bored of it, honestly. Just kind of got sick of it. You know, it's spending several hours on weekends, going to rehearsals and practices, practicing for at least an hour every single day, even on holidays, even on vacations. It was, yeah, it's something that like even when I was like in like the peak of my ability, I never really like, it was always a chore. It always kind of felt like a chore. It was never something I like. There was some music that I played that was pretty cool. I think was pretty cool. There were some pieces that was like really neat to play, and some ensembles I played with that were really nice. And I met a lot of great people, but the actual act of playing the music and especially performing, I was really not that big into. Especially performing recitals, concerts. I just didn't like it because you had to practice and rehearse so much. When it came time to perform, it was just the same thing I'd been doing for hours and hours and weeks and months, but in front of people instead of in front of nobody. So for me, it didn't change anything because it was so rigorous. And so it's how classical music goes. You know, it has to be so perfected, ideally at least. So it's like by the time the performance happened, other people liked it, but for me it was like this is doing nothing for me. It's just the same experience but in front of people. I guess if I was the kind of person that like needed that gratification, then it'd be something, but yeah, it was just not my cup of tea. And of course I recognize the irony. I say this as I'm live streaming, as I'm playing a video game. I guess in a way that's a performance, but I to me it's more freeform, you know, doing this kind of thing where you're streaming. The fact that I couldn't rehearse this if I wanted to, so that aspect of it doesn't bother me as much. Let's actually continue, by the way, to disposition her positively if possible, because I could use the practice and to up our speechcraft skills, and it's letting us, so I might as well. I found that a lot of times it stops you after. Ooh, I wonder if I've screwed myself. No, it's fine. Small, and pretty good. Usually it stops you when you get to 70, but if it lets you keep going, then I'm down.
Really?
I'm down, baby girl. So I'll rotate and then small. Got to 80 disposition max. There we go. So 80's pretty dang good. Let's see if that is sufficient for this lady.
You're offering to help me with my research?
I am.
Well,
I'm pretty awesome.
I could find a use for you, despite your lack of training. Here's the list.
She doesn't know my background.
Get me everything on it. Try to remember where you found it so you can tell me. It's important.
Now, I am carrying so much garbage on my person right now, there might already be things that she can make use of. Mirali's list. Soloist. All count, that's awesome. But yeah, but trying to go beyond K-12, yeah. It is something that does take dedication, for sure. New York State. That's a fair point, there's a lot of people. Probably a lot of people around, just, yeah, it's probably pretty competitive, wasn't it?
Remind me to ask you about my bestiary. In the meantime, what have you found for me?
Ask me about my bestiary? Is that a euphemism? Are you coming on to me, lady? I have some interesting specimens.
Liar! You have nothing new here. Be gone until you get me something interesting.
Okay, well, I have a bunch of interesting things, but I guess it's not interesting enough. Let's see what she wants. Her list. Checking a list, or making a list, checking it twice. So she'll pay us for samples of each of the following. 1 sample of each. No duplicates, please. So it is mostly monster things and flora. Fauna items and flora items. Vocal performance major baritone. Is that the, if you don't mind me asking, is that the program you finished just recently? Because yeah, as you can imagine, many of the friends that I played with back in the day went on to college and, you know, university with some kind of performance degree, some kind of music degree, which I think is badass. But yeah, I heard about and kind of heard from them the rigors of that were required for that kind of degree, and I was like, yeah, it wouldn't be for me, but I can absolutely appreciate it from afar. Don't come any closer. Is this shoe person? That's shoe lady. I don't know why she's in such a hurry. I would also like to talk to the Golden Saints and see what's, like, if they're gonna come marching in or something. This So now, this is obviously a person's house, and I'm probably technically trespassing. Oops, my finger slipped. Nothing in there. Okay. Play the tuba. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I would have preferred the cello. It is a nice instrument. It is a very nice instrument. It, of course, a lot of people know that it plays, you know, lower notes pretty well, but also it's fairly versatile. It can hit some high notes pretty well. It is technically a tenor clef instrument. Most of the time. I mean,
Hey, got any apples or carrots? Anything at all crunchy and yummy to
her
eat?
name is Runs in Circles. I mentioned that. So, I mean, a lot of the times, like, especially for orchestral pieces, it just plays in the bass clef. But yeah, it does a lot of tenor things as well, so. Oh god, give her a poison apple. I don't want to kill her. No, don't that. Not that. Sorry, I can't help you right now.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Look at the mouth. I can still hear her. I like to think the voice actors had a real good time with these lines. You alright, lady?
What?
What? Now, now I'm normal now. Treble clef? I mean, there were some things written in treble clef. No, I mean tenor clef. Tenor, it's a couple lines and it's like a backwards B. Well, hold on, let me think about this. Oh, actually no, it forms kind of looking like a B.
Yes,
I'm not doing a good job of describing it. But it's kind of in the middle. Tenor clef is kind of in between, between treble and bass. But I mean, yeah, it could hit high. It could hit notes high enough where you could play the cello in treble clef. You wouldn't be able to get super up the staff, but you'd be able to you know, tickle it a little bit. Wait, flute, love performing, just in like the competitive side. Yeah, when it came to the competitions. Yeah, the state and county level of competitions. Yeah, that was the kind of thing I didn't mind it so much because again, to me, it just felt like the same kind of thing. It's like I practice, and I perform, and that's it. Like it felt kind of samey to me, honestly. So I didn't mind that aspect quite so much. Also, I guess the Golden Saints have already left. Maybe I should have talked to them when I had the chance, but I have a feeling we'll see them again. Nee. Yeah, that lady is fantastic. I kind of want to like hang around and maybe find some fruit. Oh, here's what I should do. I should break into this guy's house. Oh shit! Except they've all gone to bed now. I should break in that guy's house, steal some food, and then give the food to her. Here we go. So she'll be happy. Was playing some Valheim. Oh no, I was just curious, Koala, you mentioned that you were a performance major, vocal performance major. I was just curious if that was the program you just finished. As I knew you said that you'd recently finished a degree. I was curious if that was the one that you had wrapped up, which is very exciting. So I got some crunchy things for her to eat. Let's see if this will be enough. They also have Void Essence. Yeah, you ever just eat some good old-fashioned Void Essence and some Flame Stalk? Delicious. Alright, where's our BFF? Where's our best friend? She actually might have gone inside. It looks like she has gone inside. So instead, I'll come back at a later date. A gollywog lad right there. Oh, apparently, yeah, that's a forbidden spell, a forbidden maneuver. Went to cast lightning, and the game might have crashed. Let's see if the game's gonna crash. Yeah, Johnson played, but the game did crash. Yep, I had a feeling. I cast lightning, and the game exploded. 7 other instruments though, which is awesome. I wanted to play hard music, wanted to play fun music. That is an interesting distinction, because yes, some pieces were extremely hard. Others were like kind of challenging but fun. But yeah, a lot of them were, as you get into the higher levels, just became painful. It would be too easy where you wouldn't have to practice in high school because you just knew the stuff already, like pretty well. Oh really, Matt? Oh yeah, Goth GF, hell yeah, buddy. So it's just the gen eds. Okay, so yeah, you knocked out your core classes, no problem. That's awesome, Koala. But yeah, it's the one you finished recently. Well, I'm happy for you, buddy. I'm proud of you. You knocked that shit out like a boss. That's so cool, buddy. Not as old as you, Alex. That's yeah, it's correct. I got some years on you, homie. I was alt. When you say alt, do you mean you saying alto or alt as in like alternative? Because yeah, the connective tissue stuff, obviously, and the GI tract, yeah. I mean, I'm sure that stuff continues to become a pain in the ass as you get older. So that does make sense. Hulking lightning. When I tried casting lightning earlier, the game exploded. This time it handled itself. Alternate fashion. Gotcha. That makes sense. Also, Lydia with the redemption. Save the game. Hard agree. Hard agree there, friend. Actually, hulking skeleton, you probably have skeleton fin, which is something that the lady's gonna want. So I'll keep that on me, on my person. So I gotta remember that High Cross is where, yeah, that lady wants the collections of stuffs. So let's continue then. Continue towards new Sheoth. Sheoth, rather. The Adoring Fan one. I don't know if I've seen that one. I've seen a few videos about the Adoring Fan, or featuring the Adoring Fan, but I don't know if I've seen that one. I've seen a number of Young Scrolls videos, though, so I will confess I like to think they don't blur together necessarily, but I have a hard time keeping some of the names of the videos straight. Converse, skinny jeans, band graphic tees, yep. I mean, there is a embarrassing percentage of my, as a 33-year-old, somewhat grown adult, there's an embarrassing percentage of my wardrobe that consists of jeans and band t-shirts. Band and or like just graphic t-shirts in general, but a lot of it is music. A lot of it is music t-shirts. Tour shirts I would have bought from concerts, that kind of thing, so it is still something that persists to this day to at least some degree. That was a good video, yeah. Hard agree. I'm gonna have that bass line, that like the instrumental vibe with the knee 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 in my head for an eternity, approximately. For things that she will want. And of course, a lot of it can be plucked from the flora. There we go. Infant scrolls, embryo scrolls, glint in the milkman's eye. Oh my god. Fantastic. I wonder if she wants red kelp. Wonder if the list will, like, be crossed off eventually. Because we have a quest line for it, though, don't we? Taxonomy of obsession. There we go. List of items she's interested in. Wonder if she takes stolen items. Do you take poisoned apples? I don't think this is on the list. Nothing of use. Well, I find nothing of use anyway. I think it was going to be red scale, because I'm not sure what red kelp does or provides. We already have worm's head. Nothing of use. Red kelp gas bladder. Is that a thing we need? No, it is not. Although it's... Oh, I see. It's because of the shambles. I was going to say it's mostly... alphabetic. Mostly. She probably wouldn't want lettuce, actually. I'll just keep the pears. She says something crunchy. Carrots and apples are crunchy, but pears are crunchy, too. The Guar show. Well, that's the thing. Matt will acknowledge this, and other people will back me up on this too. I am extremely picky when it comes to well, nope. Damn it, another crash. That's our 4th crash of the night. I'm extremely picky with a lot of genres of music, but I'm especially picky towards metal. And Guar's concerts, I'm sure, are a sensory fuck fest of an overload, like an overload festival. But so just sensory overload constantly, but also I don't really like their music, so it was not going to be my bag. I would not have a good time at a Guar show. I've heard that the spectacle of a Guar show needs to be seen to be believed, seen and felt and fucking executed by and drenched by. So I don't doubt that it was like an amazing time for those who enjoy such things. But yeah, I'm not sure it'd be an Alex kind of thing, unfortunately. But Dr. Pepper, but not a big fan. I'm not a huge Dr. Pepper person myself, honestly. I don't drink a ton of soda nowadays anyway, but yeah, even in my soda drinking days, I was never much of a Dr. Pepper guy, admittedly. Lavager says, "Gib here, please. I'll disappear it for you." Red rose bush, so you can eat rose petals. I'm guessing that's probably a thing that is safe for them for kitty cats to eat. Just trek over to Montreal. It's a short little jaunt. Oh, really? There was a crowd surge? That does sound scary, and yeah, I mean, I do not doubt that, it would be like, it would be panic-inducing. Even if you, like, knew what was about to go down, it'd probably still be pretty freaky. So no, yeah, it probably wouldn't have been a good time for me, at least. Esther's Bloom Core, I think that's the one. So I'll take that. Worm's Head Cap. It's a little bit annoying I have to check this every so often. Worm's Head Cap, it's on the list. So the red kelp, not so much. And I think this stuff we wanted. Yeah, that's it. That's the other stuff. Yeah, was not on the list. And then this was the game crash, so I started down the south path again. Johnson says, "Bet I'm not too far." That's a good point, actually. I guess it's not that long of a drive. Probably a little bit inconvenient for it to be for you guys. It's 1:42 a.m. But mushroom tree sapling, unrefined green moat. Is that on the list? I'm gonna go out on a limb and suggest that it probably is not. No, it's not. Unrefined. So undignified. Went to an F1 race. That's kind of cool. Oh, got COVID while you're though. That's not good. Yeah. I'm glad it was a good time, except other than the COVID. This guy might have the eggs that this lady wants. Stab him. I'll hit him with the old dick twist. He'll never see it coming. Bam. That's actually a very disappointing amount of damage. So jumpy. Yeah, that was a butt stab if I ever did see one. That was the butt stabbiest of butt stabs. Yeah, it is getting pretty up there. I'll probably be wrapping up in about 15, maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. Not gonna go super long. I'll take the Madness Orb. I don't have room for it. Yeah, so I was gonna drop the lettuce. I'll just have the one pair. She wouldn't want the cheese, most likely. Some of these are weightless, like the Blind Watcher's Eye. In Austin, Texas, that sounds nice. I've never actually been to Austin before. I've been to Texas a few times, but never made it to Austin yet. What about the bingo, Johnson? Of course, if you achieve a bingo before you know, we reached the end of the stream. You're welcome to call it out. If you manage to score the goods. Drop that real quick. Oh, silver encumbered? Really? Damn. A lot of things. I'm probably just past point. I think my stuff is uncharged. So I'm gonna grab that real quick. Okay. He did not have the eggs though. I'm a little bit sad. A little bit Sadge about it. There's a tower in the distance. The Dallas Cowboy chip. Really, Liddy? That's kind of surprising, actually. Cheese for everybody. Well, she says she wants crunchy things. Cheese, in my experience at least, usually isn't crunchy, or at least it probably shouldn't be crunchy. So waiting for it to happen, though. She says eventually it's gonna happen, I promise. By the way, I'm getting off track. Oh, there's a person. Maybe he's a friend. There are enemies nearby. Are you a transformed heretic? Heretic war priest. Now he's a heretic dead priest. Oh, more heretics. This is called Thane. She's like, well, that's a little bit fucked. I'm so sneaky. Oh, she just happens to be going in the exact direction I'm going. Are you fucking... What are the odds that she's running down this hill? The opposite of Kate Bush. Bait Kush. Is she sniffing me out? The fact that she like is just happening to follow my exact path. It's still... I'm still hidden. We have tranquil music, so we don't have battle music, so she hasn't seen me. Where'd she go? I'm gonna fuck her. I wanna like fuck her up and get to my next destination. Did she slip down? Nah, she was walking with porpoise. There's enemies nearby. Where'd this mystery person go? Tech life does mean nothing. Oh, did she walk all the way around? She walked all the way around. What a nerd. Welcome back, Blackbird. Or, Meerkat, rather. Go to the UK? Matt, that'd be pretty sweet. Silverstone. I'm guessing that's the name of the race. Was there free cheese? If I had cheese, you'd be welcome to it. Of course, you would turn around the exact same time. If I had cheese, you'd be welcome to it, since cheese makes my tummy upsetty. Yeah, she just walked past that corpse and gave 0 fucks. I was like, you know what? Life's too short. I'm not gonna let this small inconvenience bother me. I'm gonna roll with it. It's right, I can't get you off my mind, Blackbird. It's kind of funny where sometimes if like if I know of like viewers that like became aware of my stream while I was playing a game, I will associate them with that game. But sometimes, like, yeah, if like there's like 2 or 3 or 4 or more people that start hanging around in the stream as a result of me playing, say, Oblivion, I will sometimes conflate the individuals, because like that's like a thing that I use to remember people, like remember viewers, is like what game was I playing when they first stopped in. So yeah, sometimes I will confess I'll get my wires crossed a little bit, but usually I try to keep it all straight. Now this is likely the last dungeon before we get to our main destination. And I suspect there's going to be some drama and maybe some questing to be done here. Murder them all. It's the only option. Now I could wait to see if they go aggro on me. Oh, he has seen me, okay.
You'll never take me down.
Damn it, I keep moving. They're so sneaky. Not sneaky, but slippery. God damn it. These things are too tanky. Jesus! What fucking nuke do you have on that thing? Good lord. Ugh. Thing's got the fucking grenade launcher. Johnson, oh caps, what do you remember me for? What do I remember Johnson for? I remember Johnson from a GV raid, because I see you in GV's chat sometimes. So that's like the anchor that I use for remembering the Johnson experience. Because that's another thing too, yeah. Sometimes it's like from like where they originally came from. Remember that one time a dude cast a fucking lightning nuke and exploded his own table? I remember that time. I remember like it was yesterday. And the food, that's right. Yeah, I also remember Blackbird for the delicious things that they cook, because yeah, your culinary skills sound amazing. I mean, there's no way anything that you've described could taste anything short of amazing. Now we're talking about food. Now we're talking about food. Now we're all getting hungry. That's right. It's inevitable. My face is grenade launcher, 5-finger. Dude, that's supposed to be a secret. Okay. Ask you to keep that on the DL, please. I don't want my super secret superpower to be, you know, that well advertised. We played Honey Pop. Yeah. No, I remember that. I remember that, Meerkat, yeah. And you weren't supposed to be remembered because I was supposed to delete your brain. So clearly I need to go back and, you know, and tweak the numbers. Tweak the system accordingly. Says you had to step out. Oh, okay, I got you. All right, well, I'll keep that. Keep that in the old ticker for when the next opportunity presents itself. Shields and Greaves, that could be good. I'll still hang on to those. Joan and GV, yeah, because GV always raids me. He's so freaking nice, man. He raids me all the goddamn time. So I've had many opportunities to expose myself in front of his viewers, which is always very generous. I'm very lucky. I have a lot of streamer friends like that, where they raid me all the damn time, and I feel bad because a lot of times I can't raid them because they don't usually stream as late as I stream. So I have fewer opportunities to hit him with the old return favor. Why'd I grab that? That's an unusual thing for me to grab. Those two. Oop, there we go. What's this? A glass display with a thing. Giub, Lord of the Pit. Huh. Praise of Giub. What game do I associate you with, 5-finger? That's actually a really good question, because you've been around for quite a while, 5-finger. I don't know if I remember. I would assume either Noita or maybe a RimWorld. Maybe a RimWorld, actually. But yeah, I know you've been around for a minute, though. Matt says, what game do you associate me? Board games, actually. Board games. Video games. What game would I associate Matt for? Because I've known Matt for a long time. I know you're into Smash Brothers. Matt's into Smash Brothers quite a bit. And for board games, I mean, we played Cards Against Humanity. We played Suro, played a lot of Suro. Oh, and Trajan. I remember Trajan. That was another big one. That very big and intimidating game that we did finally play. But whoo, buddy, those big games, man. Those big games are intimidating and like exhausting sometimes. Matt's he's an OG board gamer, dude. He's the guy that wants to do the hard shit. And I'm a chump, dude. I'm a simpleton. 1 a.m. snackies. I will probably have a snack before bed because I'm a fucking degenerate. Yeah, every once in a while he will stream late. Every once in a blue moon. What game are you, Ogasso? What video game am I? I mean, Ogasso, I remember you first popped in when I was doing EDF 4.1, which was so delightful. And I somehow strong-armed Ogasso. I somehow physically forced him to come back and hang out with us, and then it was a good time. We have fun. We have proof. We have proof that we played that shit, Matt. That's right. We have evidence to show that we did it. We have evidence to show that we gave up, and then we have evidence to show we did that shit. Hell yeah, buddy. Didn't really watch Five Finger. Yeah, it must have been well before those then, because it might have been Morrowind, actually. It might have been when I played Morrowind way back in the day. Hard to say though, yeah. Some 2 a.m. cheese. I would say, since I know you're recovering from getting sick, Meerkat, whatever sounds good. That's my usual go-to. If I'm sick and something sounds good, it's probably something to go for. Warbling Redeemer, by the way. Hail the rebirth approaching. So I wonder if this is this is another Doomsday cult. Extend your tentacles and accept this gift. Embryonic Prince. Excuse me. Arise and devour Oblivion. Name drop. May this offering sit your growing bulk. Bitches don't know about my growing bulk. EDF deploys. I'm sorry, what I mean to say is the EDF deploys. I like how there's two versions of the EDF deploys song. There's the one that's like very heroic and positive, and then there's the other one that's like sad and desperate sounding, and they sing the good one when they have like high health and they're feeling good, and they sing the sad, desperate one when like they're low on health and exhausted, which I think is a very nice little detail. This is some like IA Dagon, IA Cthulhu kind of shit right here. Cthulhu Fatagan. When volunteer has reached maximum height, release wrists and ankles. Wait for screaming to stop. Face forward and raise hands above head. I will take this. I should definitely press this button and unleash whatever terrors await. Oh, maybe it was Majora's Mask? Yeah, because we played... I mean, I've played vanilla Majora's Mask, and we've done also lots of randomizers. It might have been one of those. I'll take both of these so I can use them. So I very much would like to charge my stiff lesser soul gem. Boop. And bloop. That one, and then something else I can get rid of. Oh, I dropped this guy too. Yeah. Get him out of here. Name a Tamriel cult that is not a Doomsday cult. You got me there, honestly. Challenge level impossible. Yeah, they all kind of have various Doomsday prophecies and shit. That's kind of their thing. I mean, that's kind of how most cults go, aren't they? Aren't they? Either Doomsday cult or like society is fucked, so we're gonna make our own society, and it's gonna be based on like orgies and like violence and violent orgies or something. I don't know, some combination of like that. I press the button. Oh! Legit thought I was gonna die. Dead volunteer. Ouch. We found some friends. Whoa, lots of friends here. Ooh, lots of friends. Light this motherfucker on fire repeatedly. I think we just charged our weapon up. We already have the skin. The fin, rather. There's a dead volunteer. So he volunteered to be a sacrifice. Now, I have not seen any tentacles. I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping I was going to fall into the gullet of a demon, but instead, I'm just in a goddamn cavern. Which is lame. Then murder orgies, correct. Fire in the water. Why? Very realistic. Well, actually, I wasn't casting... Well, I was casting fire into water with the sword, but actually what I would like to do is cast electricity underwater. But I can't do any rain spells underwater, unfortunately. But I can do an electricity on touch spell just fine. Behold. Electric touch. So I can cast this underwater all day and somehow not get electrocuted. Somehow. So, again, realism. So here I am. Down in my goddamn pit. I mean, of course I was going to explore this. How was I not going to explore this? Getting back up might be a bit of a challenge, but... if I would have not stood on the center platform when pressing that button, if I would have had the greater sense to have, like, maybe not stood in the obvious trap spot, I would have still eventually jumped in. Unknowingly. Need more big beasties, Pfeffinger? I wouldn't disagree. We saw Maroon's Dagon, which is a pretty big boy. He's a pretty big boy. We didn't really get to fight him individually, like one-on-one. We tried, but he would just one-shot us with his big stompies. Which was less than fun. Getting murdered instantly. Air is so crisp. Yeah, yeah, exactly, because it's like you're not used to breathing through our mouths. The problem about breathing through your mouth is that it dries out your teeth. Dries out the teethers. Which can be uncomfortable. And also can, like, lead to bad breath sometimes. Like, there's downsides. And for me, at least, it's hard to sleep when I can't breathe through my nosies. We'll pull the pod. I'm a good old-fashioned pod puller. Bam! He's got the wiggles. He's got the jigglies. Avatar: Way of the Water. Was it good? Because I have not watched it. I did see the original one back when I was in college. This would have been like 13 years ago, I think. Been a minute. But I thought the first one was alright. Oh, bad sad. Oh, was it a good ending though, or was it just like unnecessarily upsetting? Because sometimes, yeah, sometimes it can be good sad. Like it was well made, so it's like you know, it was sad but nice. Other times it's like it's sad and I'm upset. It's sad and I'm disappointed. It's the ending as it's a tearjerker. So beware those who wish to see that movie. Beware what you're getting yourself into. It could be Big Sadge. And we know all about Big Sadge here in this stream. He's the Sadge boy. Are there any of these I was hanging on to? Fortify Magicka is alright. Feeling is pretty good. Spell Absorption. Only 15 though, that's not very good. Fortify Intelligence. 12 points. Shield Choke. I think I will not need 2 of those. I think I will probably... I'll drop that one too. I dropped some of those things. Those cool looking orbs. Satan orbs. So we have a path there. This will lead outside eventually. It looks like it looks like it leads to the same area. Just pissed and am sad. That I understand, and that's an unfortunate combination sometimes. I'm mad and I'm sad. Nobody wins. A zit prime for the popping. Yeah, I would say if you have a zit that resembles this man's face, it either needs to be popped or it needs to be diagnosed by a medical professional. It's probably not a good sign. Here we go. So if you survive that fall, there's a convenient exit right here. The realm of Sheogorath. Now, where's it going to spit us out? I'm going to guess pretty far away. Because we fell real heckin' far. It's not that far geographically speaking. We're by the water. I'm gonna fuck this guy up. How could I not fuck him up? What kind of man would I be to not end this whole man's career? I'm about to end this man's entire career. And I did. Emergency pharyngeal airway. Soak and on your nose. That makes sense. Only a couple bucks. When the sinuses act up. Good luck clogging this nose guy. Yeah, I mean, it's something to try. Something to try, man. When you got extra bad sinus things. Sinal, I don't think that's a word. A lot of lube needed. I think most good things in life require a healthy dose of lube. The movie's good, but the ending is extra big Sadge. And apparently, yeah, apparently they already have a game plan for the next movie. Or a couple of movies, I think. It's good to see sheep, by the way. Your kitty cat is a psychopath. Yeah, well, as it should be. As it always should be. So many of these things, man. It is ridiculous. I don't think I need so many of these grand soul gems. I'll drop one. One more. I think I need quite as many of those. So yeah, so we're... Look how pretty this is. It's an island, albeit a small one. It's so pretty and purple. Pretty purpley. Just pretend it didn't happen. That's the headcanon. Just be like, you know what? I'm gonna rid myself of this. So that passage we fell through spat us out all the way here, and really it just came down to it being a tunnel into the fucking center of the earth. But it spat us out of the foothills down here, so it wasn't that deep. But I can't seem to just walk up this, so I might have to fast travel. Or just walk around. These are Jester's Spine mountains. So they're pretty spicy, or pretty spine-y, I suppose. She could jump. Yeah, it doesn't seem to help. Okay. Vocal pedagogy. Is that a like an exercise? Like a vocal exercise? I don't think I know what the word pedagogy means. It's fairly zero risk. Yeah, give the old college try and see what happens. Oh, come on. I've almost crusted this little nodule of hill. You can kind of cheese it. You have to like walk backwards and then there we go. Kind of cheese it. So yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta be sprint backwards for like a frame or two. But however, yeah, if it's too steep, you can't cheese it further. That's a shame. I thought I was a gamer. I thought I was gaming. See, if they already have plans, yeah. There's a volcanic Navi. Interesting. There will be. Then there'll be a 4th and 5th movies. They have a whole bunch planned. I mean, I remember when the first Avatar came out, there was a headline saying that like, oh boy, the next 2 or 3 Avatar movies should be done by like 2012. And people would like repost that headline well into like 2016, 2018, 2020. It's like, hey, James Cameron, how's it going, buddy? I don't know what delays there were, but apparently there were like some crazy delays. Dude, I don't know how the fuck I can get back up here, dude. These are some goddamn mountains. Which are the worst kind. The goddamn kind. Rot scale, if that is your real name. Matt's like, Alex, I think there might be Matt's like, I'm not sure how to tell this to you, Alex. Matt's like approaching it as if he's worried it's gonna like offend me. It's like, has anybody told you this, Alex? Your character might be a little bit fucked up. As if I'm gonna be like, no, how dare you? He is my son. I modeled him after my own likeness. My own flesh and blood. Yeah, the goal with this lad, with this fucked up looking character, was to make him as sad and purple and his head at least as round as possible. So round, sad, and purple was the goal. And I think we achieved that goal pretty well, so I'm pretty proud of that. I had like the motif in my brain before I had the name. The name was with the help of chat. I think Quirky Teacher in particular was was the mastermind behind the name. We were originally gonna say Sadge Garnet, but Sadge Maroon felt right because Maroon is also like a negative sounding thing. Like Looney Tunes, they'd be like, "What a maroon!" So it is both a color and a less than savory thing to call someone. Or maybe you just mean general character designs, because yes, the general character designs have what scientists and scholars call potato face. And I have a hard time disagreeing. It is they do have a bit of a lethal case of potato face. I think some of the characters, like the faces, don't look half bad. I think dark elves sometimes look kind of cool. Not this dark elf. I am technically a dark elf, by the way. You wouldn't believe by looking at me, but I am technically a dark elf. But some dark elves I think look kind of cool. Orcs look appropriately menacing. I think they like look appropriately kind of weird and fucked up. But like high elves look strange, like look kind of stretched out. I think Redguard look pretty cool in this game. Argonians are kind of terrifying, but in a good way. I think it's appropriate. Well, this is unexpected. Was expecting heretics. What I found were demons in need of being expunged. That do that weird high kick maneuver. You sure like to absorb shit, don't you? So it's a class dedicated to the study of the vocal apparatus. Oh, it's like an anatomy thing. Gotcha. Okay. Science of how sound works. I probably had to undergo, or there probably were pedagogic discussions then when it came to the surgery that I had last year, because I had polyps form on my larynx, on my voice box, from just too much vocal strain, too many 24-hour streaming marathons, that kind of thing. So just from overdoing it. So I had surgery last year to hit him with a laser and nick those little bad boys. Poison and burden with the micro laser. It was an outpatient surgery, so they knocked me out, but there was no incisions. They just went down my throat with the micro laser. So I tell friends and family that I deep throated a laser that day, and it was not a gentle lover because my throat was very sore afterwards. But we recovered. And now we're all good. We're just a sad bruised tomato. Yep. It's because the motion capture underwater stuff didn't... Oh, right. The technology wasn't there. So he was waiting for the technology to get to that point. That's probably pretty agonizing then to be like, man, I got all these ideas and things I want to do, but the technology just ain't there. Probably there now, though. I mean, they made the movie, so I guess it's there. Yeah, the sad grape is what seals, so that's right. Yeah, well, yeah, there was a number of ideas for what to make his class. We originally wanted to make the class either Wedding Singer or Notary Public. But yeah, those things took too many characters, so we settled with Bulbous Boy. Because they allow you to name your own custom class if you choose to do so. And I did choose, and I'm happy with the class we made. But yeah, I wish there were more characters. I have almost a few. We actually are going to be wrapping up the stream pretty soon because we've reached our destination. There's new Sheoth. So we've reached our destination, or at least are approaching it soon. Probably want us to go in through a proper gate. I will look for that. A proper entrance. We are an aberration. Yeah, I think that's a good word to describe what's going on with this guy's face. It's like a D&D creature type, an aberration. It sounds pretty badass. It's we've heard about the Crucible. Yeah, I don't think I want to go there. I want to find the actual entrance to New Sheoth so we can explore, talk to some NPCs, sell some things. I got a lot of shit on my inventory to deal with. Come on, look at this. object. Crystal chest, you say? Unable to unlock it, it needs a special key. A crystal key, maybe. Yes, we've been cast outside of the Garden of Eden. Although this place kind of looks Eden-esque, I like to think. But yes. Yeah, maybe that's like how we wind up in prison at the beginning of the game. We were cast out of Eden, rejected by society. Well, yeah, what crime do you think we committed to end up in prison at the beginning of Oblivion? Because my theory is that our character just looks so fucked up. A guard saw us and was like, hey man, you know, you haven't done anything wrong, but I'm just gonna go ahead and arrest you because you were like clearly have suffered some shit in your life, and you probably are like not well adjusted because of all the horrible things you've endured. So you're gonna commit a crime eventually. So let's just get this out of the way. That's how I imagine that went. Like that's the crime of just being fucked up was the crime we committed. Sounds like you were as a vocal performer, Koala. I bet it would be. Yeah, as a trained and degreed vocalist, Koala. Yeah, what I had probably would have been awful. It was my fault. I mean, it was like I said. Up to that point, once a year I would do a 24-hour marathon for charity, and it was always a lot of fun. And I still like doing the charity marathons, but not quite that long anymore. Not quite that ridiculous. I found bliss, finally. For all these years. Oh. Huh, wasn't expecting that. Let's go ahead and save here. We'll go ahead and call it here. Chester Cheetah and the class is flaming hot in this game as a class and character. That's fantastic. But yeah, like I said, the vocal strain that I'd put myself through with too long of marathons and not give myself breaks and drinking soda, like, you know, after those marathons or during them, which just exacerbated the vocal strain. I've since learned a lot of much better vocal hygiene things to maintain my voice better. My voice, I think, has recovered, but I will admit, I think after the surgery, I think my throat dries out quicker. So I drink more water. I drank a lot of water before, but now I drink even more. Speaking of which. So it's like, I do think there are some like long tail recovery things that I'm still working on. But I don't feel sore at all. Like I feel perfectly fine and like comfortable after streaming for about 4 hours. I know the uptime lies because it says I've only been live for 2.5, but that's because the stream crashed at one point. Yeah, and an illegal amount of fucked up lookingness. Weren't enough characters. That was the reason he's Sadge. I don't know. Sadge Maroon's a pretty good name. If I had infinite characters, I would. The first name is Sadge. I think makes perfect sense. But if there were other words to describe that shade of red or purple or burgundy, Sadge Burgundy maybe, Sadge Magenta. You're not allowed to be out in public. Exactly. And my guy was like, no, please. Your face is disturbing the peace. Please remove it or cover it, or I'm hauling your ass away. Need more whiskey. There you go. Well, I mean, there is quite a lot of alcohol in the game. Speaking of alcohol and other nice things, I did add a bingo entry for character finds alcohol. So let's see how we did. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna generate myself a bingo board. If anybody has succeeded at a bingo, you're welcome to post it into the chat if you would like. Otherwise, I'll just generate a bingo myself and see how we did. Make sure nobody posted in the Discord server. I think we're in the clear, unless it's under games discussion, but I think we're good. Yep. We are good. So let me go ahead and give this a little looky-loo. Let's see how we did, friends. So, do I stream until 1:30? I'm getting close, but no, I think we will end before 1:30. I don't expect to ramble for 11 full minutes. Apollo's a good kitty cat. Oh, that's adorable. Acquire new spell. No, not tonight. Disposition, yes. Entered abandoned castle / keep, yes. Enemy took friendly fire or enemy takes friendly fire damage. We didn't observe friendly fire tonight. It might have happened, but I can't think of it. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it did happen. Because there was a scene where there was the skeleton lads fighting alongside the flesh Atronach, and the flesh Atronach has an AoE spell that definitely hit the dudes a couple times. The skeleton boys. Strawberry Milm is your New Vegas character. I'm guessing probably New Vegas. Were we hit with paralyzed or silence? Definitely silence. No paralyzed though. 2002 Honda Accord. That is a good screen name, or just good name in general. No bounty. New useful piece of equipment. I found things I want to sell, but nothing that I think I'm gonna use or could use. Sneak attack, yes. Did I show something weird unprompted? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Not unprompted. Find an amazing weapon or finding something that we like but can't use. No, not really, actually. Drink some potion. No, I am live. Conversation with the guard. Not yet, although next stream we will because we found the Golden Saints. I tried to initiate a conversation with a person who is a guard, but they were too fast for us. No very hard locks. No pickpocketing. Precious gem, yes. No TED Talks tonight. Did I acquire alcohol or schema or drugs? No, I did not. Paralyzed spell, no. Stream started late. I did start late, but this is not a bingo. We're one spot short. Reload to save, to rewind time. Obvious Morrowind reference. I'm going to say that counts because we saw the Golden Saints, but I think I'm going to count it only for tonight because we're going to see the Golden Saints a lot over the next couple streams. So I think this might just be a one-time thing. Interlock, yes. Stream went offline, yes. So we are one spot shy of 3 bingos, 3 separate bingos. Caves or mines? We'll say yeah. We'll say yes, because I went into some of those dungeon areas that were like underneath trees. We'll say those count as caves. So we'll say the caves count. But anyway, so that does it for mine. Elgasa's got a bingo. You want to share it with us, buddy? Want to post the linky? Or the screenshot. The link's usually a bit easier for me, but the screenshot works too. In fact, I need to bring Discord up anyway, because I need to have my notes ready. Bloop. Because Elgasa, you've gotten three bingos so far. 3 binguses. You're a real bingus dingus. That'll be the name of the Discord role. So drink some potion, did that. Did I get any keys today? I don't think we did. Castle keep, yes. No death, fire, friendly fan. Yeah, we say that counts. No NPC followers today. Atronach, yes. In-game reference from Morrowind, yes. Streamed late, probably not. This is good. NPC behavior, we could probably say this happened, maybe. I can't think of anything that was glitchy. We saw weird behavior, but I don't know if it was glitchy necessarily. I am live. This also did happen. Reflecting spells. In fact, I might even need to remove this because this happens every stream. Initiate's conversation did not happen. NPC in their underwear, and unfortunately not. First stream did go live late. Yeah, broke 3 hammers. Silent spell, yes. Don't think I did that. Precious gem. Yeah, that's good. Very hard. Yeah, all right. So that's a definite confirmed bingo. Crashed 3 more times. Yeah, almost a second, almost a third actually, but definitely one for sure. So there's bam, a nut for Elgaso. Then I add 5 points to the counter. And then lastly but not leastly, we add a thing. Bam. Or I modify a thing to say you have now achieved 4 bingos, Mr. Elgaso. You can believe it. Johnson's got one. Here we go. So, from Johnson. Disposition, very hard. There's 3 raids. Sorry, so yeah, none of these. Side quest. Oh, I don't know how to break this to you. I don't think we've completed any side quests. We started several. But we haven't completed any side quests. Let's keep going, though. Let's keep going. So, stream did go offline, Ban Cave. And we observed, yeah, this happens every time. I think I might need to remove this one, unfortunately. Because it happens every single stream. Knocked down by a melee attack. 3 or more. Solid thing. Stream went live. Didn't level up. Kill enemy with a single hit. That definitely happened. Paralyzed. Quite a spell. I don't think we acquired a new spell. Bathroom break and silence. Obvious in-game. Yeah, we're saying that one counts. NPC follower. Did we do a miscellaneous one? We took several quests, but I don't think we achieved. I don't think we completed anything. What was the quest you think we completed? Because we took the quests from the doppelgangers, but we haven't resolved it. We took the quest from the person who wants the list of ingredients, but we haven't found any. We found a few things, but it's not completed. We took the quest to investigate a person in another town who needs help with something. So we gained 3 side quests. what behavior is considered. Yeah, that's a fair point too. Yeah, it's kind of it's a little bit. That's why I try to say glitchy behavior, which is to say not expected behavior. Who's the bingo lead? I think it's either Ogasa or Johnson has the most. With the Argonian. With the Argonian, well, she didn't have a quest. Yeah, runs in circles. We talked to her. She wanted, let's see, what was it? Oh, she asked for gold, and I gave her a gold. Then she asked for apples or carrots, and I didn't have either. And then when I told her no, she was very scared and ran away. Yeah, the Argonian was runs in circles. She didn't give us a quest, though. Actually, what, did she give us a quest? At one point, she was like, she did tell us something. I think she said, I need help with something, and do you have any gold? Yeah, so unfortunately, I'm going to have to be mean here. I'm going to say that one, unfortunately, doesn't count as completing a side quest. We gathered many, and we will start attacking these side quests probably in the next stream. Because we're going to explore New Sheoth for the first time. We're going to follow up on the main quest, and then, yeah, probably knock out some side tasks as well, of which there will be many.